do that
tack.
either.
Use that tack to stab yourself somewhere else then.
No.
Quite logical here, okay?
We are professional doctors.
No.
One of
Yes.
us has been trained in first aid by...
I studied medicine for 2 years.
There you go.
There you go.
did
And you
recommend
approve, correct?
stabbing myself?
So,
Thank you. Let me see your degree, Slayer, and then I'll consider cutting one of my fingers off to soften the pain.
I have a certificate in first aid. I know how to resuscitate you if you're dying.
That doesn't count.
I have been trained by 3 armed personnel who are in the medical field, all about on the field first aid.
There you go. So Nox
Doesn't
knows
count.
Nox knows how to cure bullet wounds, and Draken knows medicine as well. So you're good.
Bullet wound.
It is a
I
very
used-
tiny bolo wound.
And I used to like reading this like 20-year-old first aid book when I was like 10.
Yeah.
So I'm qualified as well.
We're all perfect for you.
Look, if you've got a broken bone, I can tell you what kind of fracture it is, okay?
It's not a broken bone. I just got stabbed with a freaking.
Yes, but it could be though.
Alright, so last week you fought a troll.
That's correct.
It was not a normal troll.
Unless you
What
co
are you talking about?
We couldn't tell.
we're gonna tell us it faced through the wall.
As it faced through the wall and scared
We
literally.
couldn't get good enough to look at it as it phased through the wall.
And literally scared the shit out of our wizard.
That reaction was fantastic. Just gonna say, that was the best reaction to the troll I've had. So it was perfect. You collapsed the cave, or a passage to the cave. What else did you do last week?
We cut off its head.
Yeah. Oh, we met a girl with a halfling.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Who directed you to here, in fact, and
Yes.
also claimed. Go on.
You have my notes. You don't have to ask what we did last week.
True, but it's easier than pulling it up because it takes forever. My PC decides to go. Oh, you're opening a file. Hang on.
Oh.
Hang on.
He also
Give
wants to
me a
make sure
minute.
that we actually remember what we did last week.
I've got the notes if you want.
You.
I have co-stars notes, which are not very useful, but they're fun.
Yeah.
The draft
She...
notes were as follows: Siggy, where they go to make more trolls. That was all I remember from his notes.
Alright. So yeah, she led you here. She also told you she was the reason you got ambushed by the goblins. By the river there. She told you that she was in charge of that. I believe Covert and Siggy went to Old Peggy to ask about explosive potions.
Yep.
After some vague descriptions first.
And then she just randomly pulled out a stick of dynamite.
Yes.
We're all about we're all about vague descriptions here. I mute myself again.
Yes. And then I believe you went to the library to get a book on trolls. Or monsters that may include trolls.
Yeah, magical. Enchanted magical beasts.
Which didn't have anything to do with trolls in it.
Nope.
It had
fucking
something
books.
about werebears in it, but that was it. I don't even think they were werebears. I think they
We
were
need to make
werebears.
Stiggy a werebear.
No.
Taslov's been studying the Book of Runes that he got from the library, which I will get to.
Oh no.
Don't worry. Tattoos are only permanent.
No, I wasn't saying oh no because of that. I was saying oh no because I coughed and now I have to go use the bathroom.
What does one have to do with the other?
Well, I'm going to continue the recap
Okay.
while you go ahead and do that. I believe you also asked the librarian for a map or some directions to the troll cave.
Yep.
There was some talk between Siggy and Ganadon about being a little more stealthy, and Ganadon was like, "That's not my style, but I guess if you really want me to, I'll try." Fought the troll at the cave, which we already covered, and I think that was
Fought the
about
goblins.
it. Yes, killed the ambush
Other
of
than that,
goblins.
sure, yeah. Other than that, I think that's everything.
Can I now make the check to see if they took my staff?
You can go ahead and check the search the location. Yes, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
12.
You see your staff up in the if I can ping and get all my shit out of the way.
I go over and grab it.
For anybody that didn't see it in Discord, there is a message that has been left. I didn't ask who, but I'm assuming one of you would have read it out to everyone.
Not Gothar.
Okay.
There's a message?
Yes.
Oh, I did see that.
So yes, a Black Raven. I put it there more. I was going to do it in session as well, but I put it there more because I was thinking of it in the moment. Yeah. So yeah, a Black Raven has flown down and dropped a message, which reads that Provinport is not a safe place for me to bring Robert to anymore. Either meet me out on the sea, or at the next closest town, send your return message via this Raven. Robert is safe, but bringing him to Provinport after the events that have unfolded would not be wise. I know you are dealing with the troll situation, and you have time to finish this. I just can't meet you in Provinport as planned.
Great.
Okay. So is the corpse still all glowy spirit, or is it like died down?
It has died down now that its life is completely gone. But until you actually ensured it was dead with the psychic damage, it was still glowing.
I'm still gonna try something. I want to take a little bit of blood from it,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to see what happens if I put it on the dead Sarah bug in the jar I have.
Didn't you get rid of that Sarah bug?
I had to.
The one escaped, and yeah, you kept the other one, I believe, the dead one that you killed. Because I know that the one smashed out of the jar, and you left that one.
Yep. You know, probably not a good idea to mix in spirit blood with a dead creature, but I want to see what happens.
I'm also interested in thinking of what could potentially happen, and then I'll get you to roll something in a minute. But I'm working out what could potentially happen.
Give him a minute.
Make me a D100 roll, and let's see where this takes us.
No.
8.
As you drop the blood in, it seems to sizzle against the Terrorbug skin, and currently nothing happens.
Okay, I will take out notebook, that I've been studying and just mark it down
Mm-hmm.
and just make a note of if it's not in a jar, fuck.
That's given me something to think about.
Did I just make a new? Does that make a new form of a new breed of mind flayer?
I think you broke Slayer for a little bit there.
We're gonna have
More
to raise him to be a
deep in
a
thought.
phantom mind flayer.
Alright, so while you're doing that, Tasselhoff, the Raven is kind of looking and getting a little restless now as he's waiting for a response.
I'll ask if anyone has any paper or anything to write with.
Hold on.
Reaches into bag and pulls out quill, ink, and parchment.
Great.
Where do we want to meet the hag then?
I think it'd be smarter to meet her out in the ocean, considering it'll be faster for her to get to us there.
Agreed. Plus, yeah, I don't think Clovenport is safe. Not for somebody that's in his condition.
Not for somebody as young as him either. During all the children are killing people.
Yeah, I'd rather not see our child prodigy wizard turn into a flaming sadist.
Yeah, probably not the best thing to see.
So shall I write down we'll meet her out in the ocean in an hour or two?
We get back to town first.
What time is it now?
Let me pull up my notes because of the times of two different groups. I believe it was so this afternoon. Mumble. You started there, would have taken you that to get there. 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Okay, say about 5 or 6. I say.
Alright.
Gives us time to travel, talk to who we need to, and make sure that there's a proper bed made on the ship for Robert.
Alright, I will just simply write down then meet us in the ocean outside of from port. I guess I should probably give some kind of distance.
We'll be on the ship.
Yeah, but like how far out would it be?
Darn. I was hoping we were swimming.
Huh?
What?
Oh, darn. I was hoping we were going to go swimming.
I cannot swim.
Just drop the anchor.
We might.
Yeah,
that
that'd
might be a good idea, actually.
How about where the shallows meet the sea?
Alright. And I'll write all that down. Meet us there at so and so time, like we said. Blah blah. Just write down what they said.
She just opens it and goes, "We'll meet you there at that time." Blah 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 blah. The fuck does that mean?
One of us will put. Oh, dang it! Really?
And I'll attach it to Raven.
And he shall fly off.
And I will give the ink and stuff back to Tasselhoff.
Yep.
I wave for the Raven. I wave at the Raven, I guess. Okay, goodbye.
Wave a handkerchief at it.
Lord.
Alright, so I assume at this point you're heading back to town?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright.
Oh, if we fast traveled.
Yeah. You went to your map and pressed X to fast travel.
Well, at least it didn't do that you can't travel, there are enemies nearby.
That moment where you're all just standing there like, but there's no enemies here, what do you mean?
Yeah, and you just annoyingly search the area for like an hour. Where are they?
And then they glitch inside the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every fucking time.
Alright. So, you arrive back in town. All seems fairly quiet.
Yeah, 2 old piggies, I suppose. First, unless anyone has anything else to do.
I guess we go to Old Peggy's.
Yep.
You guys go to Old Peggy's. I'll go to the boat.
Okay.
Storm's
Right.
ruining.
And we'll pay for,
Yeah.
we'll pay for your forge on the way there.
Okay.
Yes, see you there. Get the ship ready to leave.
I have to stop at the library.
Gonna be issue with that.
What is the issue?
I point to the clouds for the storm that's coming,
Mm-hmm.
unless Lair forgot about it.
I didn't until you just mentioned it.
Honestly,
Kothar!
that really shouldn't be that much of an issue. We're just going out to out just past the shallows, and then we're probably gonna go sink the ship. A storm really shouldn't bother us. We can wait for it to pass while we're there.
That depends on when the storm arrives.
True.
So, for my forgetting of lack of explanation, this looks like a fairly serious storm. The clouds across the horizon aren't just like, oh, it's looking a little cloudy. You know that this storm's going to last a good while when it hits.
Maybe we should wait until it passes.
We said we were meeting her there now. At least we need to get out there and tell her we'll be late.
Yeah.
We could always send Kothar.
Yes, if you could go out there and tell her that we'll meet her after the storm. If you leave now, you might be able to miss it.
Okay, I can take the boat all by myself. Be perfectly fine.
We just I meant send you as a shark.
That would also make sense. You can have your swim then.
Sure, Bitey's fun, but no. Storm's more fun.
Don't take the ship out by yourself.
Maybe
Please
you could go with him, Tasselhoff, and then me and Covert will take care of the things in town.
I am a weak old man. How am I supposed to help with anything on the ship? Why doesn't the top-heavy farmer go with him instead?
Because I have a library book to bring back to the librarian. And
So
I
do
also
I.
don't want to be out on a boat in the middle of the ocean when that storm hits.
The druid can take care of you.
At this, Kothar just leaves the group and starts walking towards the ship.
Well, if someone is going with him, you had better go now.
I call Colbert.
I mean, that also wouldn't be a bad shout, since Covert can technically survive if things go wrong underwater.
Covert.
No, I meant. No. I meant I'm going with Colbert.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess Siggy's going on the ship.
Covert will take the library book off you, so you can...
Right, remember to get some cooking books.
Don't worry, I have not forgotten.
Alright. I'll see you when we get back. If we make it back. And when she says, if we'll make it back, she'll throw a look at Tasselhoff and then start walking away.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure that there's a 72% chance that you will make it back.
72%. You know what? I'm just gonna go back. You just get away from me.
Yeah, ask your calculations.
My calculations are out of my ass. We'll make sure you have plenty of soup when you return.
Yes, I can do that.
And Siggy's just, at the ship at this point, fuming because she doesn't want to be on the ship in the middle of the ocean in a storm.
Who's going first then?
Give me a minute. 1 and 2 is the
Time
boat.
for Slayer to decide who
3 and
whose
4.
favorites are.
1 and 2 is the boat. 3 and 4 is old Peggy. It's old Peggy first.
Oh. Here we go.
I will help roll the head.
Yeah, because I don't think either one of us are carrying it very well, so falling it is.
This has got more interesting again. I didn't expect...
Alright, why is Siggy here? Get rid of
Split.
Siggy.
Because I didn't expect you to split, that's why!
Then why am I not there?
Because you'd already stated that you were going to the boat.
True.
Knock, knock, knock. Bam, bam.
This time, Tasselhoff, you will know this immediately, that you'll notice as the door opens, actually she would be over here, you can see that she used Mage Hand to open the door. And it's now kind of trying to stop you. Now, I don't think it can physically stop you.
Cannot.
But it's attempting to, as best it can, motion to be stopping you.
Okay, that's up.
Yeah, stop.
Who is it?
It's Tasselhoff and Covert.
We have taken care of the troll problem. Well, at least one of them.
Well, we've got another issue now. As she
It
steps...
would have been really...
Go on.
Oh, hang on. As she's... Before she says that, I go... Would have been nice to know that I could phase through walls.
Well, I told you it was magic.
And she yells at us for being vague.
Could have at least given us the information.
I didn't know what magic it had.
Fair. Insight.
Go ahead.
7.
She's an old lady.
Let me,
She's an old lady.
She's definitely an old lady.
Yep. As far as you're concerned, she didn't know what magic. She knew there was some kind of magical.
Okay.
At this rate, we're just going to be convinced. We're never going to find out how big it is.
Yeah. You know, I'm a deceptive gnome. I'm not an insightful one.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't pick out lies.
Yeah.
You know how to tell them, but not how to see them.
Well, here is the head as proof.
Oh, that one. So he can phase through walls, eh?
Well,
More.
He was able to phase through walls.
This is true. Was is the operative word here. As Peggy gets closer, can both of you make me a... Actually, Tasselhoff, your passive, we'll just see it. Covert, make me a perception check, please. As your passive isn't quite enough. There we go.
Wow.
You will notice, for some reason, across her face and along one of her arms that is revealed under her clothing is scratched and bruised.
Are you okay? Did something happen?
Oh, well, some vagabonds came in here and robbed me.
Do you need us to take care of them as well? Or are they attacking the trolls? Some vagabonds shouldn't be that much difficult.
True. Well, they fled after I, used what little magic I knew. They soon, ran away. But they did take the jar with the eye in it. And she points to the shelf where it was.
Hmm.
Well, if it's any consolation, you could have spiritual eyes.
Yes, but they're not going to detect the undead.
No.
I could have a look around. Maybe they left something here.
Maybe I could try to figure out how to make a new one.
Say that again, sorry?
I said maybe I could try to figure out how to make a new one.
Oh yes, that might be possible. Are you meeting your friend, the one who sent you with it in the first place?
There is a storm coming. The captain of our ship said that it was not a good idea to go out in the storm. So once it has passed, we will meet her.
She looks down and leans on her walking stick and goes, "So, she already knows. Okay."
Knows what?
Well, the Lady of the Sea is clearly annoyed about something if she's causing a storm.
She did say something about Port not being safe anymore in the letter she sent us.
Well, when you've got vagabonds running around willing to beat up an old woman and steal from her, I would say safe is not the first word that comes to mind.
Yes. Anyway, are you all right though?
I'll be fine.
Besides the lost item, you. Okay.
But they mentioned that maybe they would set the other trolls on me, so I assume that means they're the ones controlling the trolls.
Maybe they knew you were sending people after the trolls and wanted to try and intimidate you.
Well, yes, I mean, they were one of the other groups that I sent after the trolls.
Maybe they made some kind of deal with the trolls while they were there.
It could be possible. I made friends with a hill giant once. We ripped apart sheep in the field.
That was the thing.
You see, I would say that would be the case, but it seems like you went about and took the charismatic one out first. So
We did try to talk to him. Unfortunately, we did not share a language, and our translator was unreliable.
And our meathead was too much of a meathead.
She'll look and go, "The elephant that's with you, he is of the godly nature, isn't he?"
I'm not sure. I know he holds things close to him, ways, tenets to himself, but I don't know if he's actually godly per se.
Have you seen him cast holy magic?
I don't actually think I've seen him smite. Every time he's actually attacked, I've been fighting something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Covert's also he was hiding in the trees the whole time. I don't think he would have got a good enough look, or know what he was looking for either, so...
Well, if there were any God-fearing people in your party, tell them they are no longer welcome in this house.
We'll let
Why
him know.
is that?
Yes.
Go ahead, Draken. I missed what you said. I caught what you said, so I'll come back to that.
Oh, I said I'll let him know just in case.
Okay. Well, it was a God-fearing member from the other group that decided to turn on me, and I don't want their kind turning on me again, so they can stay away.
Very well.
Not that I'm saying your friend is untrustworthy or unreliable, but it seems as if the God-fearing folk have a notion that I'm something to be suspected, because well, I don't know what they think, really. Maybe it's the potions or the magic. You never know with the...
Or the eyes.
Or the eyes. I mean, I even told him. I told him I have a thing to protect me from the undead that I send out. Friends of mine to take care of the undead. Surely that would be enough. Instead, he was like, "Oh, it detects undead, does it? I need that." And ordered the rest of his party to keep me down with punching and hitting, and stole it.
Since you're saying you fought these ones, do you remember if he had any symbology of or symbolism of his god on him?
She thinks back and goes, "No, but he was some order of the Genesis of something or other. You know, those fancy ones that collect all the historical artifacts and lock them up."
Can I make a history check?
Yes.
An order of the Genesis.
What were you saying, Covert? Sorry.
Damn it.
Oh, I was just saying that's probably why he took the eye then.
I think he's going to use it himself, dear, because, well, he likes to kill undead, doesn't he? Let me just make sure I have the name right.
Lock it up. It's the Order of the Child of Genesis.
At this point, she bangs her walking stick on the floor and goes, "Do you know what needs locking up? Him!"
Well, for attacking an old woman, yes.
Well,
with,
on another note, go ahead.
Sorry, with that history check, you will have heard of the Order of the Shard of Genesis, generally shortened to Shard of Genesis Knights. And as far as that history all goes, you know that they take powerful artifacts and historical magical items to protect the land from them being wrongly used.
On a different note, we might need a little bit of extra aid in removing the other two trolls.
Oh.
They seem to be quite resistant to anything you threw at them. I do not think that we are properly equipped and barely managed to make it past this one.
Well, this one's the worst kind. The rest are susceptible to fire. But this one, I couldn't work out for the life of me. I tried everything. Poison, fire, nothing worked.
Oh, Siggy cursed at it and it died.
Yes, our bard started insulting it and it passed away.
Huh. So it was...
Even though it wasn't even Siggy that killed him.
So it was psychic damage. Damage of the mind. Makes sense. But no, the others are... Well... the one of them... well, I'm sure you know that trolls heal themselves, and you usually lob fire at them, and that usually stops it. The fatter one of the two... lob fire at him, and it'll stop. But the other one, he doesn't heal. He's already decaying away. But fire still helps.
Undead and another.
Well, you see, this is what I was explaining to the others. I would say it was undead, yes, because, you know, it's rotting away and it looks all bony and all the flesh is falling off it. But when I took the eyeball towards it, nothing.
Maybe not as much as undead as necromantic.
Yes, I think that's the case, yes. And the only thing I can warn you about is don't get too close to it. The undead one, or the rotting one, or whatever you want to call it. It'll infect your flesh the same as its.
What flesh?
Well, in your case, it'll just eat away at your metal. You know, like those rust bugs.
Oh no.
But I do have some things. Let's see. I believe who has magical weapons right now?
I have magical arrows.
Okay.
I have just spells.
Okay.
I also only have spells. I don't even have a real weapon to
Kofar
use.
needs it better. Well, he has spells too, but it would be good.
Right.
Yeah, none of us are really prepared for magical combat.
She will open a chest here, and I'll do exactly the same as what I did before, and everyone can take a +1 version of their weapon, and she will request that you leave your old version of that weapon with her.
Okay.
I have an issue with that, Slayer.
Okay.
My only physical weapon.
Leave behind.
Yes. I have slings and blowguns. That's the only
Right.
thing I could afford at character
I
creation.
will leave a dagger behind, and I'll bring that to Kofar if you're okay with that, Kofar.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will
Oh,
take my quarterstaff.
so I'll get rid of the dagger, and you take a +1 dagger, Kofar, because I'll give it to you as soon as we get to you. So.
Okay. I get another dagger from you.
Yeah.
I think there was also +1 last time, too.
It was.
He has to go trade in weapons before she gets magical weapons.
Question: does taking a +1 short bow make all of the shots I fire from it magical, or not? Does it just give me a +1?
Not, I believe.
Alright, I'll
It
take.
does, because it does the same with the oath bow.
Huh?
It makes all the shots magic.
Yeah. Everything shot of there is magical.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
It just
take
is
that then.
cheaper to have arrows, but
Okay.
But I mean, if we're getting it for free.
Right.
Yeah. Enchanting an arrow is like 1/10 of what it is to enchant the bow.
So you're happy with the dagger, Kothar? Or because I can let you have a different weapon, because I know that Siggy is going to swap her weapon as well.
dagger's fine.
Okay.
But half the time I get into melee combat, it's with something else anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I just have a goblin scimitar. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's true.
I just picked it up. So I'll get a goblin +1
happy with-
scimitar.
I'm happy with either or, so I don't use the dagger very much. Well, at all. So whichever you prefer.
I'll take a scimitar.
Okay.
Alright, I'll pick my dagger back then.
Siggy, you wanted a bow?
Yes.
Right, in exchange for your hammer, correct? Alright, I will remove that for you and put the new one on.
I'm watching you mess with my sheet over here, like, dang.
There you go. That should be done.
Yes. Need to click on that. There we go.
So after she's taken your things and dug around in the box and replaced them, she'll say that should help a bit. It'll
Thank you.
get you somewhere with them. But yes, he was the only one that appeared to be immune to the fire. well, immune to the stopping the healing effects with fire, should I say?
Also, while she's digging around, I want to check the jar. I had the jar to see if anything's changed.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Roll me a d20.
Or
Roll me a perception, please.
8.
Nothing seems to have changed.
Okay.
We'll wake up in the middle of the night and Hasselhoff has his brain eaten by a mind flare.
A ghost of
Again.
A ghost mind flare that can go through walls. We're just making new mind flares over here.
So I was actually thinking about it burrowing its way into old Peggy.
That would also not be good. A mind flare hag?
and these mind flare hag.
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh god. It's like Mr. Potato Head, just adding things on to everything. Just leave it for the other group to deal with. They can deal with the mind flare hag. They're gonna love us.
I mean, they're the ones who wanted to start the fight. Like, it's not our fault.
They're the ones that beat up a defenseless old lady.
Exactly.
If there's nothing else you want to do here, I will switch over to the other group.
Only thing left is roll the head to the blacksmith.
Oh, right. Okay. I will do that once we come back. Let me jump
that's
over.
I will be right back.
Okay. Let me... there we go. It's already blank. Boop. Put that there. There we are. Perfect. Okay. You can... Let me drag you on.
Oh, Lord. Yay, I am on top of the mast. I was also not on square, so...
Oh well. Basically, as soon as we get to the ship, Kothar just waves to the dockmaster and starts to take off, and I imagine Siggy has to run the last little bit, because Siggy was behind Kothar.
Really?
Kothar's trying to move it. You guys decide to talk.
What do I have to...
Go on.
What do I have to do to get on the ship?
I would personally
when
say
I-
nothing, but
when I-
it's up to Slayer.
When I jump to try and get on the ship.
I think you'd be able to do it fine because the back end wouldn't be moving that fast as it drove off. It's once it started catching wind, it would start moving fast.
I drowned yet? No.
So
Anyway,
I would say if
yeah.
you act immediately as the boat starts leaving, then yes, you could get on with no problem.
Thank you.
As you do so, though, one of the people at the dock shouts out, "Hey, are you crazy? Have you seen the storm?"
Yes, and yes.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Bye.
Within about less than, I guess, you barely left the port, and the storm is already pulling at the sails. The wind is picking up, and the rain is starting now to lash down.
You know, for the record, I still think going out into the ocean in the middle of a storm is a bad idea.
Pick up
I
a
didn't
robber.
set the time limit. Someone else did.
We didn't know about the storm.
I told you guys to just have her say when we get to the ocean. No one listened.
Should have been more.
So why don't you make an appointment?
Kothar didn't know about the storm.
I wasn't the one writing the ocean note, you know.
Yeah, but you should have just spoken up more.
Kothar wasn't the one writing or doing anything, really. He didn't know anything. Or they didn't know anything. I guess we just start taking off to the specified location as best as we can.
Okay. With Kothar's skill, he seems to be wrestling against the wind for now. And instructing Siggy to pull the appropriate sails in the right direction or bring them, like, fold them up when it's needed.
Basically, almost everything I think gets folded up besides the main mast in this predicament, but I haven't done much research on this, so no one quote me on that if you go out sailing. I'm not liable for anyone's lives.
I knew I shouldn't have signed that liability contract.
Yeah, as you start approaching where you would say that the shallows are now starting to get deeper, it's now there's now thunder and lightning hitting around the place, and I will do something a minute.
Oh no.
I'm hoping you all saw that. This one hits. All of a sudden, Siggy, right next to you, a lightning bolt kind of just hits here.
Oh no. Oh crap, what does Siggy do here?
Siggy, go down.
Fire?
Siggy.
Yes?
Go down. Get the anchor. Glowy yellow anchor. Drop it. Now.
Where?
Below
Here?
ship. Sure.
As
listen, Siggy didn't freaking do the anchor last time.
as Siggy runs towards the stairs, a second bolt of lightning comes down. This time it actually smacks Kothar full on.
Whee!
Oh
Kothar, our lizard man lightning rod.
Well, I guess better that than the ship, I suppose. I'm sorry, but we can heal you.
Okay, so I imagine Kothar then is on the ship deck spazzing out. And Siggy probably can't see that from their position.
Currently, no.
Okay, so Siggy's gonna do the anchor thing.
Okay.
Which she totally knows how to do, by the way.
Just pull the lever.
Just pull
the lever, dog!
Just pull the lever! Just pull on the lever!
Just follow the train I never gave you.
So he's fucking having a full-on panic attack on the ship. What the fuck is the anchor?
I would say you pull it and you make your way back to Kothar, where you see him kind of lying on the floor with kind of electric crackling around him, where he's looking pretty frazzled.
Oh fuck, what do I do here? I don't know what to do with electricity!
Heal him.
I don't have a healing word!
Why don't you have healing word? Oh, we haven't rested.
Why don't you have healing word?
I just realized none of us have rested. Yeah, we're also underwater now.
We're underwater, you guys aren't here.
They're going to be underwater as in rain.
Alright, Siggy's... I guess she's gonna approach Kothar because she really has nothing else to do in this situation. What do I do in this situation?
Are you touching Kothar, or what do you do?
No, she's standing over him because there's electricity crackling all over him. She doesn't want to get electrocuted.
Okay.
I don't know what you're supposed to do when someone gets hit with lightning.
You know, some oceanic help would be great right now. I should not have yelled that.
If only she gave us her name.
Yeah,
I think Kothar is just going to lay there for a while and be silently passed out in a vivid dream.
Oh god. Sugi's gonna like tap him with her foot to make sure he's not dead. And hopefully not get electrocuted when it happens.
Give me a minute. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Do you get hurt by electric cover or not? I don't think you do you?
Kothar?
Yeah.
I don't have resistance to anything. So yeah, I would get hurt by it.
Okay. And your thing doesn't do anything for it, right?
I imagine this was me getting the power, so I don't know if...
Oh, I see. Okay.
I guess there's no
I do
specific
have
there.
a healing word.
That's what you... Okay, I was trying to gauge what you wanted from it, because I wasn't very clear on what you wanted to get out of it.
Yeah, this is me more getting the power.
Okay.
So. And, like, I can take the damage if I need to. That's no big deal.
Okay.
Well, Sugi has a healing word, so if you do take... I have one last healing word. And I'm about to use it on Kothar.
You take 6 damage from it. It's,
Okay. That's fun. Okay.
And, as, Siggy is, freaking out,
I've never panicked this much in my life! Oh.
You're by yourself, Siggy.
What? So you'll, like, half scream and, like, panic. Oh, you're here. Hi. Welcome aboard. How's it going?
she looks around and goes, I wouldn't exactly say on board, you seem to be sunk, but sure.
Purposely sunk. We were actually on our way to tell you that we couldn't make it at the exact time that the Raven said because of the storm when my friend here got electrocuted.
She looks over at Kothor and goes, he'll be fine.
You sure?
He might be dazed for a while, but he'll be fine.
I hope so. But anyway, how have you been since our last meeting?
She can see again now.
So this is true. She just looks and goes, it's been better. Some interference with plans. But other
We've
than
all
that...
had interference. Well, we've all had interferences with plans.
Really?
Siggy thinks back to when Ganodon got in the middle of her trying to talk to the most charismatic troll she's ever met. Anyway, how's the bringing him back to life going?
She just looks at you with a stare of, really? And then just looks back at Robert and goes, since he stood next to me, I'd say it was going pretty well.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not exactly in the best emotional state right now. Gestures to Kothar's freaking out body on the deck.
Again, she just looks and goes, when I first met you, dear, you weren't in a great emotional state anyway, so this is nothing new to me.
You're right. Anyway, Robert, you're back.
Robert looks very weak, confused. He just looks at you and goes, back?
I mean, you're healed.
Was I injured?
Very much so.
Oh.
And how are you feeling?
He'll just look at you and go, I can do fire things. Did you know that?
I've watched you do fire things. They're quite impressive.
The hag will look and go, it'll take him some time to be back to normal. He passed away.
What's bringing people back to life without a little, problems?
Exactly. We can do this in 2 ways. I can keep him with me until he's fully recovered, or I can give you something that he needs to wear for me to be able to keep an eye on him.
Siggy looks up, at the storm, and then looks back towards Provenport. I think it would be safer, as crazy as that sounds, safer if we left him within your care.
Yeah, I'm glad you trust me.
Well, I mean, Provenport's not the safest place for younger people.
Oh, it's perfectly safe
right
for the
now.
young. The young are perfectly safe there. They know how to defend themselves and they know how to keep themselves protected. It's the others that are making it unsafe.
Well, all the same, I'd really rather not get my face blown off by, one of his fireballs.
He just looks and goes, wait, I can do fireballs?
Well, it's more like fire cones, but they look really cool when you do them.
But yes, currently now Provenport is not the safest since events unfolded the other day. So it is probably a wiser choice to leave him with me.
I'm thankful that you are willing to keep him for us.
Oh, it'll benefit me just as much as it benefits you, believe me.
All the same, I haven't exactly been okay since it happened.
Understandable. This storm is rather unnatural.
Yeah, does seem that way.
And to strike a singular person seems strange. Strange things are happening. Did you sort your troll problem out?
One of them, it was this big blue troll. Very hard to kill. He could phase through walls. Terrifying.
Well, as I'm sure old Peggy told you, that's the worst of the 3. Well, other than the one further out on the mountains.
Well, she didn't tell us much about the trolls other than that they are magical.
Yes, old Peggy is just that. Old and very vague.
So you'll chuckle at that and be like, well, you're not wrong.
She means well.
Yeah, she does. We'll probably take care of more of the trolls when we all rest and when old I get struck by lightning as soon as we come out into the storm here gets back up.
Well, I will take Robert back with me and keep him under my care.
Okay. Later tonight my whole party will probably come out here. Would you be willing to meet us? Maybe not tonight, but after the storm's passed.
How about this? Once you've taken care of the trolls, come back to me. I'll have something you might be able to help me with.
Oh, all right.
You are not forced into it. This is simply a request. It will not affect Robert's status or anything to do with Robert. This is simply you just helping me out.
May I ask what it is?
We'll discuss it more when the time is right.
Understood.
And with that, she shall leave.
Just disappears off the boat.
She does.
Did you know I could do fire stuff? No.
Almost
really?
like memories.
And then Siggy's gonna lean down and like touch Kothar a bit, like just kind of like prod him with her fingers and be like, "Hey, get up!"
You probably get stabbed. Yeah. Kothar is still having a fairly vivid dream. That scene lasted maybe a minute from the sounds of it. I guess I can describe it. Basically, it's Kothar's riding a boat by himself, bigger than this, like an actual warboat, and the waves are kind of guiding them where they need to go. And there's thunder crashing all around, same as up above. But it's never close enough to the boat that it would cause Kothar to be worried. Because Kothar wasn't worried until it hit the actual boat itself, and then we dropped the anchor. So, I guess that's, I imagine he sees in the distance the figure of the god, which I'm not sure which god it is, and probably goes up, the boat leads him to this god, and they talk for a while. One of those probably scenes in the movie where you hear the background music, you don't hear the actual words itself. And then Kothar gets hit with the lightning bolt again, and then in the actual world, it jumps up and is awake, I imagine.
Sounds good.
Well, welcome back. How was your lightning trip?
Did we miss him?
Well, I spoke to the hag, and Robert is fine, if a little jostled, because he died.
Who's Robert? The smooth?
Yes, the smooth skin. The baby smooth skin. Yes, that's Robert.
Alright. He's fine. Okay. Other people... I don't know. You're the only came with me. You know, getting hit by lightning is not fun. You know, getting hit by lightning is not fun.
You know, it didn't look like it was. Up here,
Good.
and you were spazzing out all over the deck. I started spazzing out all over the deck.
Wait a minute. That's a hole in my deck. I gotta go fix that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kotha just kind of leaves, I guess, to go fix the hole, which is like there-ish.
Yep.
And Siggy's just gonna watch from here and think over everything that just happened.
Alright, and on that note, we shall swap back over.
So is the ship coming back into port?
Currently not.
No.
I imagine they're... Oh, first off, we need to fix the hole, otherwise we have possibility of sinking. Then I imagine the storm going on overhead.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I have no idea how I'm in this hole, because I don't know if we have any scrap wood or not.
Just the ship usually has a large supply in the cargo.
Yeah, it would make sense that you had some in case of this happening. I would have thought Kothar would have thought of that at some point as well, and picked some random bits of wood up.
The issue there is Kothar still has exactly 0 monies.
The party picked it up.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Or there was just some already on here. Perhaps.
We did coup the ship.
Maybe not necessarily purchased the wood, but just kind of found scrap wood.
Finding scrap wood would make more sense for Kothar. Given the old captain's habits, I really don't think he would have much in the way of scrap wood.
Mm-hmm.
Blah, 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 did not care about the ship.
Nope.
Which is why Kothar find thermal board.
Ah.
So yeah, I guess it's just like random tree trunks, and
Mm-hmm.
it's more natural. So
Yeah.
like it isn't a nice flat wood, it'd be rounded.
Mm-hmm.
Like natural, like forest trees than if Kothar did it.
Right.
Which makes it harder for everyone else.
Everyone just keeps tripping over that spot. Why is this not flat? And I assume after that you would head back?
Once, like half an hour after the storm passes.
Okay, so the next time we
Just to
hear
make
from
sure
you,
there's-
I'll probably put you at the port then.
Yeah, just to make sure there's no like after effects of the storm.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that I can see up high enough to be able to see the storm.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Covert and Taslov. Back to you.
We need to go give that head to the blacksmith and put some books in the library and get some books out.
Yep.
Alright. Where to first?
The blacksmith. I don't think we want to
Yeah.
take a troll head to the library.
Yeah.
I try to
Alright.
steal it.
You arrive at the blacksmith and he's working away on what seems to be a large axe. Too large for a human, you would say. This thing looks big.
Hello?
Oh, you return. With good news, I hope.
Here's the head. Here's your head.
Ah. He just takes it and just rams it onto a pike outside the door. Perfect.
So, when our friends come back, they have full use of your forge then?
Indeed. Well, in fact,
And then-
he has been working on an anchor here recently. But yes, he's more than your party are more than welcome to use the forge.
And that little thing I requested,
Remind me again, sorry.
making a medallion from a
Oh,
copy
that's
of the-
right. That's right. Yeah, he would have finished that by now. He will hand it to you. and say, I don't know if it turned out how you wanted it to, but there it is.
Does it look like the symbol?
Yes.
Okay. Here you go, Covert.
What's this for?
It's the symbol of my people. It's yours.
Just looks at the fact he's already wearing a necklace. I will try and see what I can do with it. I don't think you're supposed to wear 2 necklaces.
Oh,
What?
there's not an actual loop on it. It's just
Okay, good. Alright then.
I was actually hoping, with your permission, have the blacksmith put it on you.
As in, embed it to them?
Mm-hmm.
He'll think about it for a second and then say, okay, yes, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, the blacksmith will, since both parties are consenting, he doesn't have an issue with it.
I don't know where the Elric thing is on me, but can you put it over that?
If you
Like wherever the...
request it to be, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it to be covering wherever the thing is, that, like whatever symbol or whatever it is that Felric uses.
Well, I had in mind from when you were going to look at it from the other group that it's on the just below the shoulder, so kind of like a basically where a symbol would be like a across the just below the shoulder on the arm there on the outside.
Alright then, yeah, so it'll be there. Do you have something for the symbol, by the way, Draconian? Just for visual purposes?
Not
yeah,
yet.
that's alright.
I will have that next week.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yeah, he happily does that for you, and then he turns and goes, are you dealing with the other trolls, or is it just the one you're dealing with?
Once our group comes in from the storm and we all get rest, we're planning on going out and dealing with the other.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. It'll be good to get rid of them. Apparently, a group of people said that they were going to send them after old Peggy.
Well, we can't have that, can we?
Exactly. It would, he just looks from left to right a minute and go, it would be bad for not only us, but the entire town structure.
What do you mean?
Well, and he kind of stumbles a little bit. I don't suppose the trolls would stop at just killing old Peggy. I'm sure they'd smash the whole town up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I don't even think I have to roll insight to realize with all the stumbling.
Yeah, this was definitely, like, obviously what he's saying is pretty accurate, but he's kind of now looking like, maybe I shouldn't have mentioned that, but I'll try and say this to make it look okay.
Right. Well, we'll let you know if we need anything else made.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Wow.
if the market will still be open?
Wow.
Even with the storm approaching.
Sorry, say that again?
Do you know if the market would still be open with the storm approaching?
Well, the market is, it's been off bounds for a couple of days now. And he just kind of leans in and goes, the children.
I'm going to whisper back, fucking children.
He'll whisper, I know, right?
Well, sir, have a good day.
You too.
And stay safe during the storm. It looks like it's going to be a bad one.
Yes, it does look like it's going to be quite bad. I haven't seen a storm like this in a long time. But then again, nobody's threatened Peggy in a long time either.
I guess we leave and
Yep.
make our way towards the library.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Alright. Again, streets seem a little quieter than they were last time. Less children and or people around. And you get to the library without any interruptions or anything. Unless you want to do something along the way towards the library.
I'm just keeping an eye out for any children.
Mm-hmm. You don't see any, surprisingly.
Okay. Anything you want to do?
No. To the library.
Alright. You arrive at the library.
Is it actually open?
Yes, it is.
Right, in we go then. I've got Siggy's book, and I think you've got your book, so...
Oh, I'm still reading mine.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'll just give Siggy's back then.
Ah, yes. The book that your friend borrowed. Thank you.
So you have what would you what as a what cookbooks would you suggest for if we wanted to taste something local but wanted to make it ourselves?
So you want to use local foods but cook it yourself?
Well, Covert here loves to cook. So
Not.
what?
No, it just nods.
No. And they've never actually known about cookbooks. So I thought, why not start with what's in the local region for them to learn and try out?
Let me see. I'm sure we did have a book on this region's thing until everything went to pieces and nobody came or did any cooking here anymore. From under the counter, she pulls out a really old and dusty book that says recipes using the finest of Provinport's ingredients. And as we discussed, Sockets, I'll be using some of the buffs from the cookbook thing I've got, but I'm also going to be making some recipes with this where you will be able to find ingredients around this area.
Yeah.
This book looks very old and tattered to the point that you'd need to be careful on opening it because it may fall apart. You can probably keep this one.
Oh, I would that would be very kind of you.
I would appreciate that.
Yes, I'm still reading the books that I borrowed. I will have them back in a few days.
Yes, there's a lot to study and take in there. I'll probably be closing up earlier today because the storm is heading this way.
Well, we thank you. And try to stay safe, please.
Yes, you too.
I guess we will take the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'll put it in my backpack because I presume it's starting to rain here now too.
Mm-hmm.
And before we head back to the cottage, I want to head into town real quick and just see if is there like a general store or something.
Yeah. And I'm using my cloak to try and keep the rain off of Tasselhoff.
Okay.
Oh, you don't need to worry about that. You gotta remember, I come from a world that it doesn't rain.
What are
We
you
also don't have sun.
What are you looking for in this shop?
So, I want to see if there's any kind of produce that we don't have to ask Peggy for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So but something I want to look for is supplies to rebind a book.
Okay. So you're looking for a... Okay. Okay. As you go through town and you bump into a couple of people, every time you ask, they just go, "General store, we haven't needed one. Oh, Peggy gives us everything. We get it all from her." This goes on for a couple of minutes, and you ask maybe one or two more people, and as you continue past an alleyway, you just hear, "Hey, over here."
You wanna buy some carrots?
I will look at Covert, shrug it, and head over.
Yeah, over we go.
You see a kind of a middle-aged human. Looks a little worse for wear. And he says, "You're looking to buy somewhere that's not from old Peggy. You don't trust her either."
No, just that she works so hard with everybody else in this town. We thought it would be nice not to bother her for a little bit. But you don't trust old Peggy? Why?
Well, doesn't it seem strange to you that she owns this whole town? Everything. Old Peggy this, old Peggy that.
Oh, not. I'm gonna look around before I continue talking. Is there anybody listening?
Not that you notice, no.
Okay. I'm gonna lean in real close to him. Also, the fact that she seems to be talking or in constant communication with sea hags.
He just laughs and goes, "Wow. Well, you know what my theory is on that." He doesn't go on to explain his theory, he just says that.
Yeah, we know your theory.
Exactly.
So, is that why you're homeless and living in an alleyway? Because you are, because you don't like old Peggy, and because of this, nobody trusts or wants you around?
I'm known to, well, I guess I need to, how do I say this? And he starts, fumbling around with his words a little bit and, says, "So, I'm known to deal with things that, and sell things that people don't usually, sell, as well as your standard things. And, of course, Peggy mistrusts those because they're not her potions and her magic."
I'm gonna look at Covert.
But normal blank expression. He doesn't seem to be particularly against this or anything.
We currently have a lot. We currently need to be on our way. There's a storm brewing, and we need to get back home before it hits. Perhaps after we get back, maybe then we can talk.
I wouldn't bank on getting out of town. But if you do, you best leave before the storm hits, because she won't let you go otherwise. And then he just kind of leans in, because, you know, the theory.
How much y'all want to be a jackass to this guy? No, because let's see, because Clover is very nonchalant about everything, and Siggy's not here to stop me.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
I like how I wasn't mentioned.
Alcohol's unpredictable. I mean, not. Kelfar's unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Sarah bug out of my pack.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't want anyone to know about this, but I think you're trustworthy. This is a rare and powerful artifact that I stole from old Peggy. I need to put it somewhere safe. And everyone else in this town seems to be completely under her control.
He wouldn't be right. Yeah, yes, you're right. He'll
So,
take the jar and
I-
have a look at it.
And I walk away. Don't open it up. Whatever you do.
Do you have any food, like, just before they go? Do you have any ingredients?
That's food.
Yeah, it's just like she's controlling everything, and he's like, "Do you have food? I just want food. I don't care about conspiracy.
He just kind
I
of
just want to make chicken soup."
he just kind of says, "Wait here," and he disappears into the alley and comes back, and goes, "Here, I have this fine specimen of a sour bug, perfect for stews."
What was that? My Discord cut out.
He just comes back after disappearing down the alley and holds out the sour bug in a jar to you and goes, "Here, I have this fine specimen of a sour bug, perfect for stews."
Didn't we just give that to you?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is fine quality product that I acquired from a fine man.
Like slow blink. Do you have anything other than sour bugs? I'm not sure how you cook those.
Oh, just chop them up, throw them in the stew like any other meat. They give it such a good flavour. Just make sure it's dead. But this one is.
Is it?
Well,
Does it start moving?
Currently, no.
Damn it.
well, maybe when we meet again, perhaps. But for the time being,
No,
we'll do
no.
something a
No,
little
no.
less exotic.
It'll be too late by then. It'll be sold.
Either way, I would rather something else.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want some bland things, and he just pulls out a tomato.
Perfect.
You're not going to get much out of that, except maybe some soup. Oh, and then he pulls out like a string of garlic as well.
I'm trying to think what else you need to make a soup, goddammit. I don't cook, I don't fucking make this shit.
Are you
Water,
thinking?
some
Are you
broth.
thinking out loud?
No, Covert does not say I don't fucking know how to make a
No,
soup.
I mean, are you thinking out loud as in like what else would I need to? You like kind of running through tomatoes, garlic.
Yeah, he might get out the book or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you do that, he'll just shove the jar towards you and go, "Sour bug."
Just push the bag away and keep looking at the book.
Since I'm not that far, I'll walk back, take the garlic, take the tomato, and take the sour bug.
Okay. But yes, if you ask for the things, he will give you enough to make a nice soup.
My tomato soup it is, with garlic in it.
And sour bug.
Oh.
Oh well, let's head back to the tavern. As I pull Covert away and head back towards Old Peggy.
Alright. At this point, I would say the boat is arriving back in.
Oh, the storm's over?
No, the storm is now pressing into town.
Oh, I thought they were waiting there until the storm. Okay.
Yes, the storm went ahead of them, and as soon as it started going ahead of them, they followed it into town.
We were about 30 minutes behind the storm.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay. Good, because I'm making soup.
Who wants to do you guys stay at the dock? Do you head back to the cottage? What are you two doing down there?
Siggy wants to head back to the cottage because
Okay.
she is done with the ocean today.
Okay.
I learned one good thing today. One!
And I would like to go. I'm gonna have Covert start the stew as I head to Old Peggy.
Alright.
Yeah,
Kothar.
I'll get it to the
Sorry, go on.
cottage and do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just saying, yeah, I'll go to the cottage and
Okay.
do that. So,
Did you want to do anything else before that?
no, I'll just start working on the soup.
Alright. Give me a minute to pull that up. And Kothar, what is Kothar doing?
I think for a good 5 minutes or so, Kotar is going to swim around near the boat, talk to a few sailors, try to calm them, and see if the story of them getting attacked, they getting attacked by lightning twice, would be worth supplies for like ship repair kit kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or just the start of it.
Yeah, one of the sailors will come over to you and say, I told you not to drive out into that storm. And was the boat damaged?
I fixed it. Nice and easy. Though I don't have a hammer. My fist hurt though. Don't have hammers or nails or, you know, the tools or saw. My teeth also hurt. Everything hurt.
Everything hurts. He just looks at you and goes, youngsters and the sailors. Here! And he'll hand you, like a... What is it called? Is it actually a ship repair kit?
I mean, we made the skill up, so it'd be a repair kit of some kind.
Yeah, it'll be the same as like a herbalism kit or something like that. It'll be a ship repair kit.
Carpenter's tools. I would think.
Okay. And Kothar also just like, I think I'm older than you probably. Keep that in mind, youngster.
Well, he'll just look and go, if you claim to be older than me, that makes it worse for you. Because you should know better.
I made it out there. Went to where I was going. Don't know why I had to go in the middle of the ocean. I don't know. People are weird. You humans are weird. Don't have much logic to you. All emotions.
Well, just make sure you keep that boat safe. It's as long as you keep it safe, it'll keep you safe.
Yep. No matter what I have to do to make sure that happens.
All right. I'm gonna quickly jump to Covert's cooking. Did we? Hang on. I don't remember what we discussed.
About what?
Cooking.
We're going up at the table and thing, right?
Yes, but with what?
What do you mean?
Like, what skill are you on?
Yeah, I don't remember what we did. Did I tell you? I can't remember.
I think it was just based on what it was. It has a list of things, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right.
For soup, I'm mostly going to be cutting things up. I don't know if it has a specific skill for that.
Hang on, I think it does. Yeah, I forgot.
You-
It uses actual things, doesn't it?
Yep.
Insight and stuff if you're instructing, intimidation if you're instructing people to do things and shout at them to get it done and such. Hang on, give me a second to...
I'll have to pull it up as well.
Give me a second to
Where the
find
heck I
it.
put it?
Here we go.
I need to be right back.
Okay, that's fine. Good chef can be the customer. That's the event one. Doesn't look like there's one for just a normal one. I think that's just your normal cook stuff.
Just your normal cook utensils with wisdom then?
Yeah, do you have cook utensils, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Because the other ones seem a little more specialist, like telling what's in season. Well, you're not going to be doing that unless you're using the cookbook, and then you'll be picking the what's in season.
Yeah.
And then the other one is instructing others, but feeding a crowd.
It's passable.
Yeah, it's a good soup. Oh, hang on. Let me double check my sheet. Oh no. It is. You do just fall into the third one, so yes. I will explain it when people eat it.
Oh, it's good enough for that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Just.
Alright, well, since Draconian, I'm just gonna go real quick as well.
Okay. Does everyone else want to take a quick break for a minute, and since everyone else is disappearing real quick?
We are about halfway through, so it makes sense.
Doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
I can. You want to just me and you?
Okay. Not poison
I guess
soup.
I have no idea what to do right now. If they're still here.
I think they're on mute for background noise currently.
Okay. Well, they can all interrupt and then come back then. But yeah, I guess Kothar just got a building kit. Kothar doesn't care about making the ship not smooth because it's actually better because there's more stuff for them to land on in case you, I don't know, go into the middle of a storm again.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually like the mountainous. Since there's there's a forest nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Kothar's next plan then is to get more wood
Okay.
for and like repair actual like equipment stuff.
Right.
And since we just had a massive storm, I would therefore assume that there is like limbs and stuff that are falling down.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I would like to do that for
Okay.
a while. Okay. I don't know how we want to keep track of ship maintenance? I guess I have some.
I will, now that we're getting more into the ship things, I've searched and I don't like any one individual ship combat and maintenance, so I'm going to kind of mash a few of them together and make one.
Yeah.
I'll also get you a ship sheet which will have all of your stuff on it that you need.
I mean, I think just me using it, I have everything but the spell section for the cleric Nox that I can use. I'm going to use that right.
Okay. Yeah, that might work actually. I could use that sheet that you've got there and put your ship stuff in there.
Okay. So far I need wood, cloth for the sails. I think an extra rudder, but we can do that. I can do that at sea.
Mm-hmm.
So I need an extra rudder. I'm making a list.
Mm-hmm.
Our ship doesn't really have rowboats or anything like that.
No.
Need weapons.
You will know that there is cannons on it. You just need to get them back up and running again.
Okay, working weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have cannons. Different types of like grape shot as opposed to just blunt cannons. Grape shot's good against sails, which I imagine we'd have to go into the details sometime later of what everything does.
Right.
So I need some grape shot, some blunts, which I don't know what the official word is. Sorry if there's anyone out there that actually knows ship stuff better than me, which is not very hard. See, we aren't big enough to really ram anything that I can think of, because it's a one-man crewed ship, so it's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just destroy ourselves in the process. I'd like to get it reinforced. That's one thing I can think of. I guess extra rudder and extra supplies. And most of the stuff will come when we actually know the rules for
Right.
damage stuff. That'll help me figure out what all I need.
So along the lines I was thinking of doing this, there's two different things, and I'm hoping to kind of mash them together. As you'll have an AC, same as yourselves, but you'll also have a damage threshold. So if they beat your AC and only deal 2 damage to you, and your threshold is a 7, it's not doing any damage.
Yeah, that way like arrows won't do much of anything.
Right, exactly. It's gonna have to make it have a big enough impact to pierce the bindings or the solidness of the ship.
Okay.
Hello? Sorry, I'm just starting to feel pretty sick.
Okay. Do you want to, are you okay to carry on? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know if you need to disappear again, if you're feeling ill and need to disappear. And then come, just pop it in there.
What I miss?
Just me and Kothar going over repairing and ship details of what I'm gonna try and bring in as ship combat and rules for you all, which I'll go over in more detail next week. Now that I know you're gonna be shipping a lot more, I've been trying to hunt some stuff down, but I didn't particularly like one singular thing, so I'm gonna mash a few of them together. Huh?
Didn't like the Kraken?
Rule number 2: don't give the DM ideas.
Too late with my experiment with the troll blood.
Oh god.
We're gonna have a pet mind flayer.
I think you took him off guard with that one.
If you can't surprise your DM, then you're not playing it right.
This is true. Alright.
Damn.
So Kothar is making a list of things for the ship. Are you doing that? I would say you're doing that in character as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, look at the wood in the forest area.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Koba is cooking the soup. Siggy's just hiding in the cottage because fuck life.
fuck life. Fuck the ocean. Fuck it all.
And Tasselhoff is going to Old Peggy again.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Let me move you over there. I will say at this point it's coming to early evening, so you're looking at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening now.
Yep.
Just so that everyone's aware of the time. Alright.
Okay.
Once you get there, she'll shout for you to come in again.
Yep.
Like
That's
before.
fine.
Ah, it's you. What can I do for you?
You said you had a personal garden,
Yes.
and we have been looking all over town for ingredients,
Right.
and everyone told us to go to you.
Of course it is.
So we are wanting to make a big stew, and thought we'd also invite you to dinner as well.
And she'll point over to the bags and go, "There's fruit and veg down there that I got this morning."
Thank you. I will go and scrounge.
It's basically all things that are fairly easy to grow, so potatoes, carrots, apples, things like that. Beetroot.
Is there any meat in here at all?
There is not.
Okay. Is there any rats in here?
Is there any what, sorry?
Yeah, because you can just...
Are there any rats in here?
No.
Okay. I'll get enough to make enough stew for everyone, including her.
Okay.
And yeah, no.
Alright.
I will. When I come up, I'll send word. Or should I just bring the bowl here?
Well, I'm quite happy to come down with you.
Okay. Also, I'm getting some supplies, some stuff just to make a small like apple pie.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and lead her to our cottage.
Alright. Yeah, she will follow you back, and you see the others here. As you're walking along the street, the wind is blowing. You're quite small as well, aren't you? What is Tasselhoff's strength?
11. I'm slightly above average of a normal human.
Okay. Roll me a strength save.
I also have 100 pounds of weight on me at the moment.
Okay. You can see, you can feel that if you weren't as strong as you were, you'd definitely be having trouble walking against this wind. But in your case, with yourself being just that little bit above average and the weight that you're carrying as well, it's seeming to be allowing you to, not be pushed against.
Yeah, I think I have it set that's like without all the stuff on me, I weigh like 50 pounds.
With your passive as well, old Peggy seems to be having no issues either.
She runs the town. She's strong enough. So, when we get... I will open the door. Hey, Cobra, we have a guest coming to dinner.
Oh, okay, good. The soup is almost ready.
And I got some stuff for us to try to make a pie.
Oh, I know how to make pies.
And I will lead old Peggy in.
She will immediately look around and go, nice to see you're keeping the place tidy. No parties.
Nope. We just made dinner. Culver doesn't like to stay alone, so me and him are staying in the same one.
Kothar, have you returned?
It's a dinner get together.
Depends on how much wood I got.
I'm
Because
going.
it takes a while. I don't want to. I guess I wouldn't need to install them right now to make it usable. I just needed enough to get a start.
True. Roll me a D10.
And I will also go and get Siggy.
So you find 2 trees that have toppled over, and you get like 5 big, long length logs worth of wood off of them.
Okay, so when I write this on the sheet, I should put 5 wood supplies, or
currently, because you haven't sawed them into wood supplies yet, put 5 logs.
5 logs, so 5. Okay, I'll figure it out. Put 5.
And then that's basically because I haven't looked at how much in wood supplies a log is worth yet, but I will get to that. So it will basically equate to X amount once you saw it down then of wood supplies.
Okay, I have 5 logs, aka wood supplies need to be trimmed down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that should be less. I would assume at least 1 repair job more, so it's enough for what I took off. So I will then head to this cottage that I don't think Kothar has ever been to.
As you,
I was there once.
I wasn't there.
Your
I
character.
think he was at the blacksmith the entire time.
yes, he was, and then he went to the boat.
He's never seen this cottage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, he's got his own cottage as well. But
He
we
has.
Go all in Tasselhoff's cottage for that.
I'll probably my own cottage.
But yeah, we each got a cottage, so like a one-room cottage.
Where do I go? I go over to cottage first. Then no one answers.
Yeah.
Then I eventually, I guess, make my way to Ashhoff's cottage.
After knocking on the doors, then no one answered that. Once you pass and leave one of them, you do start hearing like the chattering of voices, and then you head down there. But as you go towards that cottage, go on, Taslov. Sorry, I cut you off there.
I was just gonna say, smell of cooking stew and baking pie.
That is also
Soup,
true.
not stew.
Once you get close, yes. But when you get about halfway, a flyer or poster blows into your face. Kothar. Just slaps you in the face.
Okay. I look at it. Does it have words or is it just pictures?
It's
important.
one big picture with the words "wanted" above it.
Okay. I don't know how to read.
Ah, well then.
It has words above it.
What's up? I'm Kothar. I'm somewhat aged and I never learned how to read.
I have an intelligence of 12, a wisdom of 13, but I lived my entire life on a ship. You don't really know how to read on a ship. You just need to know how to do basic math.
Mm-hmm. The picture that you can see is of a human-looking person with kind of messy hair and kind of a tatted jumper on.
Okay.
But other than that, you do not know what the words above mean.
Well, I will head to the group. I guess to the cooking. Is there signs that say who's in which cottage? I guess. Person, everyone else's cottage. That isn't our group.
You would know that there is only enough cottages for everyone that's here.
Yeah, and we'll have keys to them. So.
That you would also know that they were all hired out to the party. You just have never been there.
Okay, and someone gave Kothar their own cottage, I assume.
Presume so. At some point that happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kothar opens his door and there's a giant spider waiting for him.
Perfect.
Not again.
He doesn't need the soup now. He's already got dinner waiting for him.
Side of Kothar eats like cooked food.
So yeah, and eventually you arrive at the cottage where the meal is being served, and you will see everybody here, including old Peggy.
This thing blew in front of me. It's a picture of a smooth skin with hair like a bush and a very nice looking shirt. It has other symbols on it.
Is it a wanted poster of Bob Ross?
I don't know who that is, but yes.
Wanted
we'll work that.
for exceptional painting, Bob Ross.
I guess I will walk over and take it from his hand.
Tasselhoff, you immediately recognize it to be the person you tried to give this Sarah book to.
Does it say what he's wanted for?
It does
Yeah, I was
not.
gonna say, what's the reward?
It does say it just says wanted.
Hey, old Pecky, do we bring this guy to you if we find him?
If you want a handsome reward, yes. If you want a better one, bring him to me dead.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll be back in like 20 minutes. I will go. I'll go to where I saw him last.
Don't take too long. The soup is going to get cold.
Siggy's just sitting in the corner, her arms wrapped around herself, still soaking wet from the rain and the ocean.
We want fish. I can get us fish.
That will be amazing. As I leave, I'll go. That will be amazing for next dinner.
Yes, if you can catch them when the storm's over, I can make some. Think. I'll look in the book.
Yeah. Tasselhoff, you arrive at where he was. Doesn't seem to be anybody here.
I'm going to just walk down the alleyway. Hello, crazy guy. I want to buy some stuff from you again.
He'll just pop out his head and go, "Will you keep it down? Do you want everyone to know where I am?"
I cast slow.
He casts Counterspell immediately in response to that.
Oh.
Oh, fuck me.
And
Oh no.
he'll just go, "Excuse me? I don't think so."
No.
Sorry, you spooked me.
I just imagine he popped his head out of like a trash can or something. But,
So he kind of looks a little more intimidating, or not intimidating, more hostile. Sorry, is the right word I was looking for. Sorry, towards you now. You wanted something?
Yeah, you said last time I was here. You said you had magics for sale. I didn't want to. Buy anything with when I had my friend with me.
Is your friend not trustworthy?
They get really antsy around certain kinds of magics, and I didn't know what kind you had.
What sort of magic were you after?
Depends on what you have.
It depends what magic you want.
and they were there for 10 hours.
The magic that how about this? The magic that lets me see what is unseen.
Ah, that kind of magic. He will pull out a pair of goggles. This will give you the sight of something not from this plane.
Okay.
It's extremely expensive. But maybe if you can do something for me, then I'll be happy to let them go.
And what is this you want me to do?
Kill old Peggy.
Oh.
Sure. I am a master liar. Nobody knows if I am telling the truth or not. My passive deception is 11. No, sorry. My passive deception is 21.
He'll then lean in and go, but that feeble magic you tried on me, you're going to need something a little better than that for her.
Do you have any ideas? Apparently her cottage is vacant.
I would say your best bet would be try and get the trolls to turn on her.
We already killed one.
Then that might stand as a good intimidation point for your negotiation with the others.
The one that we killed, from what I understand, was a smart one.
Smart, yes. Which makes your work all the more easier with the others. Just offer them something they want. And they're like children with sweets.
Just offer them children with sweets, and there we go.
Jeez.
Hmm. Are there any guards in the city?
Surprisingly not. I was waiting for someone to ask that, actually.
Is there anybody that looks like they could put up a fight in this in the city?
Or Peggy.
Most of the people looked like if you got into a scrap with them, they certainly wouldn't go down without causing some damage to you. Less so for you, Tasselhoff, because you know you have the magic advantage on some of them. But if we're talking hand-to-hand physical combat, they certainly don't look like they're going to be a pushover.
So this guy's just a human, right?
Yes.
I don't know how many spell slots he has.
Time for spell tennis.
I'm gonna attempt to cast Charm Person.
Sure. Where's my sheet? What is your DC?
16.
What do you... Right, okay. That's not you anyway, so it's... He'll just look at you again and go, nice try. No.
I had to try.
Be grateful I have patience and I can't be bothered to fight you.
To be fair, I just wanted to see if I could try those on to see if they were the real deal.
Sure, he says, allow me to cast Hold Person on you, and I'll gladly put them on for you, on you. Obviously, the Hold Person is for my safety, with you not running off with my stuff.
Not at all for me to slit your throat.
Do you allow him to cast Hold Person on you?
Sure.
Alright. He shall do so. He will put the glasses on, and you will... would you see anything here? That's the question. Because if there's nothing for these things to actually see, you're not going to actually see anything different.
Probably not.
He'll say, give me a moment to... Oh, wait, because you have fucking... That's not going to work either. Because you have dark vision, so... He will say, give me a minute, and he will drink a potion, and he'll take the goggles off a minute, drink the potion, and you'll see him disappear. He'll put the goggles back on, and you will be able to see his outline. As soon as that is confirmed, he will take the goggles off and drop the Hold Person.
So, question. Why do you actually have goggles like that?
I'm a trader.
Okay. Why do you have goggles like that?
Are you asking the same question again?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll respond with the same thing.
Okay, why do you want old Peggy dead? She seems like a kindly old woman. Bit strong. Able to walk through those winds without much trouble.
Yeah. But when someone wants you dead, it's better to have them dead first.
Why does she want you dead?
Because I apparently get in the way of her town.
So why not just leave the town?
Because I'm helping the people here. I supply them with things that aren't untrustworthy and influenced by her. You know, as I said before, the theory. Or maybe you don't know the theory.
By the way, no, I really don't know the theory. I honestly just thought you were some crazy old hobo in the alleyway.
Ah, that would
You do
explain
kind of
the
look
magic.
like a fucking hobo. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you'll discover the theory in time.
No, the only theory I know about is that old Peggy is influencing the children to be evil and nasty and murderous, but other than that, I don't really have much else to go on.
You mentioned sea hags, right?
Yes.
And you know that hags come in sets of 3.
Coven, yes.
Where are the other 2, would you suppose?
Generally, when I think of sea hag, I would think the other two would be sea hags.
And that's exactly what they want you to think. Generally, there are 3 different kinds that get together. It weighs out the other's weaknesses. And this sea hag, I assume you mentioned them because you've met them, or? And when you met this sea hag, what was the first thing they asked you to do?
Deliver a magic eye to old Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
Which was then stolen because someone beat the shit out of her.
I doubt that.
Oh no, she looked all beat up and bruised and scratched and mangled the last time we saw her.
He will just change his person to an elf with scratches and bruises across him. It's not hard. I could have appeared as a small child to you in desperate need of some coin.
Well, if you did, honestly, with the things that I've seen here, I probably would have thrown a firebolt at your face.
Given the situation of this town, that is understandable. But you get my point.
Yeah, so yesterday I kind of watched a couple of kids gouge out the intestines of the poor farmer.
From what I heard, somebody else also gouged out the eyes.
Could have just been a crow.
I'm not judging, I'm just saying it seems a little, seems to make that a little insignificant when you partook yourself.
I just thought that staying in the good graces of the one that runs the town would probably be the best bet.
And that's exactly why everyone in this town needs to kick up the arse, and if everyone got together, could overthrow her. But they won't.
Well, if you say she's a hag, then hags can be very dangerous.
Yes, that's as may be.
Anyway, I must go.
Alright. As you walk away, he will not stop you, but make me a wisdom save as you leave, please.
Is this against magic?
It is.
Nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
Gnome cunning.
Let me check something a minute. I want to see if you know that it's happened. If you succeed, that's my look what I'm looking for right now.
9 times out of 10, unless it says they don't, they do.
Especially there's verbal components. One.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not sure how that works either. Mumble.
Do 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 do. Come on, Sam. I'm trying to give you time. You're not very fast.
I don't understand this, but
What is the spell?
Squire.
Scry.
Oh.
If I make the save, he sees nothing. It is cancelled.
But you don't know it.
Right.
No, I don't know.
It's what I used on Dex a lot, or twice.
What's
All
the
I
plus?
know is somebody tried to scry on me, but I don't know who.
What's the plus and minuses? Because obviously he's met you firsthand, so he's met the target. Huh?
I can get you a better list than what Roll20 has. It looks nice anyways.
I don't understand what it means. Does that mean
If you the difficult the DC changes depending on.
But either way, I don't think he's beating a 25, even if he has the highest most thing, right?
I mean, potentially yes.
But he doesn't have like a piece of his hair or something like that to get the highest one.
The highest one is first hand. You have met the target.
Oh, I thought it was you have to have something on the mark. Okay, never mind.
There's like 3 different sets.
Oh wait, is that a minus to what you've rolled, or is that a plus? I'm so confused by this thing. It's got a +5 here, if I've just met the target. +0 if you know the target well. -5. So is that a -5 off the DC or a -5 off your roll?
I think that's. Hang on, I'm looking up the spell myself.
-10 on a successful. If you've got a lock of hair, which is what Socket just mentioned, a -10. So I'm assuming that's a -10 off your roll.
It's a save modifier. Let me see if I can pop this up better.
Can you put in chat?
Yes. I think.
I don't see anything.
Oh. Well, I'm assuming it's whispering it then. It did it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, never mind. That was not.
That makes it nicer. Yeah, but it's a nicer laid out list then.
Right, I
So
mean, I
it's
see.
increased or decreased.
It increases or decreases
You know
what
the
time?
target well. So if you know the target firsthand, the save would go. I guess they have this weirdly placed, but it's reverse of what it's to the roll then. So you add 5 to the roll if you only heard the target. If you've met the target, it's 0. If you're familiar, you know the target well. The roll gets a -5, which is the same as DC getting a +5.
Right.
If you have a part of the body, then it's a -10. So if you had a body part and you know the target well, it's -15.
Right, so you
With a
minus
roll.
it off the roll. That's what I want. That's what I wasn't sure. Was it a minus
Yeah,
off?
it's just a 0 then. So
Described weird with save modifier being the addition, should be subtraction.
Right.
Everything backwards.
Okay. But yeah, it's a 0 then because yeah, he's only met you, so nothing changes in that situation.
But he at least knows your likeness. So it's a -2, which probably wouldn't help anything.
Really would not.
No, the likeness or picture would be like a carving of me, like something physical. Because that's connection. That would be
Okay.
a connection to me. That wouldn't be a knowledge.
Right. Okay. Well, either way it fails. But I wanted to get that clear on how that worked.
Yeah, it's a weird spell.
And I guess you're heading back to the soup now.
Yep.
And we'll see what everyone else has been doing during this time then.
I would have served the soup out especially to Siggy. She looks like she needs it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have started work on the apple pie. Because
Okay.
he did give me the stuff to make a pie with. So while they're eating, because I don't eat, I'll go make pie.
Mm-hmm.
Shall I roll the same for that then?
Yes, please. Mm.
And they already have something going on, so I don't need to have anything for that.
Yeah, it's a great apple pie.
After you finish your soup. No, apple pie until you finish your soup.
Siggy smells the apple pie and then over enthusiastically starts licking the bowl.
Go
on. Sorry.
Oh, Kothard goes. Is like isn't at first to eat food because it's cooked. And I don't think they've ever really had cooked food that it wasn't like ship rations that are cooked and don't taste very good.
Mm.
And then they take a bite and it's above average, so it's decent. And they're very slow at eating the soup. Probably be faster.
Mm-hmm. As you all finish the soup, you feel
I poisoned you all.
Oh god! Oh no!
Oh well.
you feel more invigorated and stronger, and you all have resistance to poison for the next 24 hours.
Disease.
Disease or poison?
Nice.
Disease.
Eh.
Disease.
Is it disease?
It's immune it's disease, yes.
Okay, if you say so. If you want it to be disease.
Garlic can't help against poison.
Why
Oh,
not?
garlic humans it.
Why not?
It's immune system.
Yeah? Which is poison. Doesn't the poison affect the immune system?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, technically, yes. So, do you know what I'm going to do? It's disease and poison. So there. And vampires.
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 If a vampire tries crawling into your cottages, just breathe in their face and they'll go, ugh.
But yes, because of the immune system
right
thing
back
from
on.
garlic, you are immune to disease for 24 hours.
Resistant.
Resistant?
Resistant.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, unfortunately, I don't see you getting disease in the next 24 hours, but I can make it happen.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
I don't know.
Just
where
to
you're
establish,
having dinner.
this is, I haven't actually got anything, so this was thought on the fly, hence the reason I've forgotten shit things. Yeah, this is why I've forgotten whether it was poison or disease and immune and all the rest of it. But by next week, I will have your new cookbook ready, covered, with actual stuff in it, so that I can just look at it and go,
By the
oh, it's
way,
that.
By the way, in that drive I sent you,
Mm-hmm.
in the homebrew there is an actual magic cookbook.
Oh, I'll have to look at that as well. I did not notice that one. I bought a cooking thing as well, which I'm going to use a combination of, so I can throw some things in from that too.
I would love to see that.
Oh, Slayer bought a cooking thing. Holy crap.
It's like buying someone else a cookbook and then never actually eating from it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, resistant to disease for the next 24 hours. So, you know, if you do piss Peggy off enough and she tries to disease you're good.
Please don't try to piss Peggy off.
Also, unfortunately, Peggy has eaten us too, so is she.
Fuck.
But it's probably the best food she's had in a while.
Oh, yeah.
I think as they finish eating, I just roll open the door.
Okay. Welcome back.
Did you get your
I
wanted?
really need to start asking questions.
Excuse me?
The soup is ready.
Please and thank you as I come dripping wet through the house. So, Peggy, the man you're wanting dead, I didn't know was a highly skilled caster.
Oh, I didn't expect you to go after him right now, but yes, he casts.
He is much more skilled than I.
That's what he likes you to believe, yes.
He has cast spells that I do not know even knew exist.
Hmm.
Anyway, he has very much said many things.
Of course he has. Where are you going with this?
He is in so-and-so alleyway.
Yes.
Just so you know.
I mean, the point of the wanted poster is for me to not get involved with him, but yes.
Fair enough. Did you know he's selling goggles that give you true sight?
You're mistaken. It's devil sight. But yes.
Either way, it's just interesting.
Why do you think I want him? I want him away from the children. Why do you think I want him away from the children? He's a bad influence and brings items like that. And he also uses magic from, well, places we don't tend to speak of.
Fair enough. Also, he wanted me to kill you instead of paying for those goggles. He wants me to get the remaining trolls and have them attack you.
Well, here I am. And the trolls are just out there. She seems very unfazed.
That's why I'm telling you all this.
I see. I was half expecting you to turn on me like the others.
No, if the Sea Witch thing speaks so highly of you, and she's done so much for us, then you can't really be that bad. You've helped us a lot.
She puts her hand on the table and goes, I'll be upfront. I am not exactly, I've done things in my time that maybe I shouldn't have, but, as you say, I'm certainly no monster that needs to be killed.
No, plus not all monsters do need to be killed. Some are just trying to live their life.
Exactly. And some people like to interfere with their life. And she kind of looks at the poster as she says this. And then others are just jealous.
Also, I really hope that that those bruises heal nicely.
They should do.
So how did dinner come out? I've had a chance yet.
The soup is fantastic.
Covert really does know how to cook. Considering they've never been able to taste anything, they're very good at cooking.
It is surprising, given that most cooks need to taste their things to get it accurate.
Gopher is just naturally gifted that way.
Indeed, it does seem that way. And the apple pie, and she motions to it, is just as good, if not better.
I can't wait to try. And he will take a bowl and try to sit as unfazed as possible without trying to blurt out what he's really holding back. Because if you can't tell with the way I'm talking, I am holding back a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna make you roll a deception for that one.
30.
Jesus, okay.
Wow.
The gods are fault.
We all believe you.
That was only a roll of 19, damn it! I could honestly con a sky giant or a cloud giant out of their castle.
What is the thing for? It's that, isn't it? So even if she got that, I don't think she could match that.
Unless she got like a +10 in whatever it is, she's not getting it anyway.
Yeah, which she does not. She will finish up her meal and thank you all and head to the door.
Siggy will stand up and follow her and ask if she would like Siggy to walk with her to her house.
If you wish to speak to me alone, then yes.
Really, it's just to make sure you don't get lost in the storm, Peggy.
I think it's a good idea. You are already ambushed once in your home.
He was ambushed?
Oh, yes. She told us that she was attacked in her home.
Yes.
When did this happen?
While we were killing the troll. Apparently, they also stole the eye that we delivered to her.
Well, yes, I definitely think it's smarter for me to walk with you rather than you walk by yourself in case you get attacked again.
Yes, that might be a good call. I do believe the vagabonds that did this fled town after they got what they wanted, but who's to say they won't return?
Precisely.
She will take Siggy back to the house. As you arrive at the house, she'll ask you to wait by the door, as she has something for you.
Oh, alright. Present.
Can I just say, as soon as the door closes, they can hear Tasselhoff weeping as he's never had food this good.
Siggy literally licked the bowl, so... Which she hasn't done in a long time.
Kothar is used to uncooked food, so this tastes weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't imagine there's much soup on a ship.
Actually, that
Where
would
am
be.
I?
There'd be
Slayer,
lots.
where am I?
'Cause
Slayer, where's Siggy?
Hang on. Yeah, hang on. People were talking.
Yeah, there will be a lot of soup because it lasts for a long time.
Oh yeah,
But
that's
I'm also like able to swim for 15 minutes underwater without breathing, so I can just get my own fish and stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, she will return to the door with a necklace with an eye on it.
Is it a real eye?
It is.
Oh god. Oh, what's this?
It'll keep you safe.
Well, what does it do?
Very similar to the eye in the jar.
Ah, so it detects a certain kind of something?
Something that's going to threaten you, it'll pick up, and you'll know.
Oh, well, thank you. I think this is one of the best gifts I've ever gotten, except for Covert's home cooking.
Alright. Oh, she says, oh, you do have to be wearing it. It won't work if it's in your pocket, of course.
Oh, okay, I'll keep it on then.
Alright.
Can it close or does it have to be visible?
It can be, as long as it's worn, it's fine.
Okay.
As long as it's around my neck.
And just imagine, it warns you by dealing a single point of fire damage to you.
Oh god. Oh,
Stabs
by
you.
the way, Peggy, I was wondering if I could trade in this hammer for a magical weapon.
Oh,
I'll use it anyway.
yes. The others came and got theirs earlier. Yes, I can do that. And she will give you the bow that I've put on your sheet.
Thank you.
Do you have hours?
No.
Ask over.
Let me see if she even thinks to give you some. She does. She gives you 20 hours.
No, wow. I'm getting all kinds of presents from you today.
Quiver? 'Cause technically you need a quiver.
I'll carry them in my pocket.
Just rattling around in your backpack, perfect.
Just pull them out of my bag. You thought? Thank you, Peggy, and I hope no other thieves sneak into your house tonight.
Yes.
If you need, I could, stay and keep watch.
No, it'll be fine. And once the trolls are dealt with, it'll be more fine.
Of course, the trolls. We'll get right on taking care of those as soon as we get a long rest.
Yes, get some sleep. You'll need it for those.
Okay, well, thank you for the eye and the bow and arrows. Have a good night.
You too. And as you leave, you'll hear her lock the door behind you.
And Siggy will go to her cottage without saying goodbye, without saying goodnight to the others, and just...
Does anybody else want to do anything before we end the in-game night?
While I have Kothar and Covert in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, she's a hag. The guy in the thing in the alleyway told me that old Peggy is a hag, and she's a part of the Sea Witches Coven that is surviving Robert.
The lady that I just met like 10 seconds ago, because I haven't heard before.
Yeah, the person that you just met is a sister hag to to the one that's taking care of Robert.
We're
Oh.
working for that hag anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, so that's why I told her everything that the guy said. Well, for the most part, because last time I brought up about her being a hag, she got really mad at me. Also, Kothar, you don't believe in gods, right? She said that gods aren't welcome in her place anymore.
I believe in the sea.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't know if that's a god or not.
No, it's an aspect of the world.
I don't know. I mean, believe in gods, I guess. Yeah. Do I
mean,
care?
are you a holy man? Is what we're saying.
No, I'm not a holy lizard. Do I have this lightning mark? Don't know where I got that from.
Cool. Can I? I want to like try to like gesture you down. Does it get down?
Oh yeah, Kothar gets down.
Does the lightning symbol look like? Is it over the scales?
Yeah, it's like the scales themselves took one or probably like a group of maybe 10 scales took to forming themselves in a weird angular pattern to make a lightning strike.
This is cool. Can I roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of anything like this happening?
Sure.
24.
I don't know because I wasn't really
I just kind of thought of the scale thing like 10 minutes ago, so
yeah, I don't know how your thing works with that reveal.
Just say no. Just say no. Even in all my years, I have never heard of anything like
Perfect.
this.
Okay. Yep. There you go.
would make somewhat sense for what I said to you, because I don't think that actually picks people very often, be my assumption.
Oh. I'm gonna have to look this up because this is really, I didn't realize.
Are you a warlock lizard now?
No.
Okay.
Did you say
wild
so
man?
to Cthulhu when you weren't looking?
Are you now some kind of wild magic lizard?
No.
Oh, that would have been cool. Okay. Good night, Kothar. I hope you enjoyed the food, Kothar. Covert did amazing. You need to get her more books. Get him more books. I'm tired. I crawl into bed.
I clean up the dishes.
I will prestidigitate them clean so you don't have to.
Okay, I help with the pictures, and then I go to the bed on the ship.
Fair.
Hmm.
Kothar went back to the ship to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert will lock the door and go shut down in the corner somewhere.
All right. Ziggy's already on the bed. Taslov's on the bed, so I would say that's the night passing away, unless anyone gets up during the night.
Good.
No, probably not unless she was woken up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me do a thing. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Morning comes around. It is now morning.
Yay.
The sky is clear from the storm.
Well, with the bright sun waking Siggy up, coming through the wherever in the cabin, she will, like, groan loudly and roll out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
Because fuck the sun.
I agree with that sentiment. Fuck the sun. But that's because I have my own real life reasons to say that.
Yeah.
Just, I'm fucking allergic to sunlight.
I
Hell.
know. My poor vampire.
Yeah. Mm.
And then I don't know, does everybody else wake up? You probably won't go wake everyone up. It's kind of a dickish thing to do.
Yeah, I
Like,
imagine.
final... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I imagine he has some kind of light sensor so that when light hits it, it powers it back up again. When he goes into night mode or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Slayer, if you ever want to make Tessa half a vampire, I give you permission.
I think he's got enough going on.
Rule number 2! Rule number 2!
We make a rule when I wasn't here.
I don't think so. Rule number 2 as far as...
Oh god, no.
Rule number
Not
2 is
from
don't
the
die.
Wallkeeper.
I thought rule number 1 is don't die, and rule number 2 is don't give the DM ideas.
I thought rule number 1 was don't leave Kotar alone.
No, rule number 1 is don't die.
Rule 1 is always don't die. Kothar always goes by in perfect ways, but...
No. Oh, it's no
Kothar
space, okay.
just doesn't like being near us, because we're freaking... Everybody else is nuts.
So,
Rule 2 is if you need to die, don't die first. That's rule 2. There we go.
So do we want to just go collect Kothar and head out first thing to the next troll?
We need breakfast.
I have to do this. Yeah. Oh. What? Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Why are you making us afraid?
I'm not. I was trying to put my thing up and accidentally clicked down instead, and I clicked on fear.
Well, it's a good thing I'm on the boat.
Now I know what it does.
So, for anyone that's looking, all the rules are in chat.
All the rules.
I don't know when this ends. I haven't
When does it end?
voiced for a while. I don't know if I'm making rule 7.
Never have faith in Slayer, he says so. God, rule number 7.
I should leave rule 8.
Alright.
I think there's 8.
There are 8.
Alright. Where are you all heading off to?
The city hasn't gotten off the floor yet.
I think I said I would ask Covert to go get Kothar, and I want to go wake up old Peggy.
Alright, I'll go get Kofar then.
And you're doing what to wake Tasselhoff?
Peggy.
Huh?
Oh god.
I missed
You
that.
know
Sorry.
hags don't sleep. I'm going to see old Peggy in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure, you can go see old Peggy. She invites you in as per normal.
Oh no, yeah. So we're getting ready to go get rid of the next troll. Do you have anything that would let us speak giant?
Hmm. How would she do this? I'm just wondering if she'd do that or if she'd do this.
Would she kill you instantly or not?
Please don't kill him instantly. Siggy can't do all the magic.
I can do magic too.
True.
She looks at you and goes, I can, but you'd need to leave and be there within the hour.
Do you have a scroll, perchance?
I do when I know the rules of scrolls, so give me a minute, because I know they are a little different to casting a spell.
By the way, comprehend
There we go. Got it.
languages would only let me understand troll or giant, not speak it.
Really?
The spell you're looking for is tongues.
Oh, okay, hang on. I thought it was...
Which is a 3rd level spell.
Okay. Oh, it's not coming up on my thing.
It's either 3rd or 4th, it's one of the two.
It's not coming up on my thing for some reason. I'll look it up elsewhere. Give me a minute.
Tongues is 3rd level divination.
I just need to know how long it lasts and all that jazz.
1 hour.
Okay, so it's essentially the same as combined language, it's just you can speak it.
Yeah.
Does that stop you understanding though? You can just speak it.
There's the read chat.
Understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says. So it's essentially upcast to comprehend.
That's only letting you speak to it though. You can't understand it.
The first line, this spell grants the creature you touch the ability
Okay.
to understand
Any language
spoken
hit, right. And when the target speaks, any creature that knows that language can understand. Okay, right, sorry.
Knows
Yep.
a language can understand it.
Right. So as long as they can speak some form of something, they'll understand you. They don't need to...
Did you know Giant Eagle is its own language in D&D?
Giant eagle?
Yes. Giant Eagles can understand languages.
Wow.
Now that is a language you need to pick.
Yep. Okay, so, yeah, she will hand you a scroll of tongues then.
Is it an actual scroll made out of actual tongues?
No, not.
Is it?
It's... You can... make me a perception. Or investigation. One of the two.
26.
It's made out of some form of flesh, yes.
Oh.
Tongues. It's one big flattened out tongue. Of a giant, specifically.
That's only
Hey, how much money does everyone have?
Full gold.
Siggy does not know. I know she has money, but I don't know how much.
I have exactly 0.
At my sheet again, Slayer.
Well, yeah, since you don't know where your gold is, yes. You have 15.
Is that it?
It's next to your inventory, yeah.
Yeah, I just realized where it was.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, never mind. I will not be copying this spell into my book then.
Nope.
Because that is 150 gold in
You don't
6
have that
hours.
kind of money.
And, Siggy needs that money.
Yeah, that's the problem with wizards, is they are the most expensive class to play.
You will be getting more gold soon as a party. I already have plans for that.
Oh, great. I like the sound of more money, but I don't like the, I have plans for that.
I might end up keeping the Scroll of Tongues, but we will see if it actually is.
Yeah.
Druids, all you need is I can touch the ground.
I don't know how expensive bards are. I haven't used. She has 2 loots, and she has not used either of them.
You can get your money by performing in a tavern.
Ah, right.
The only thing is some of the spells require high-end, like magic wands, scrying does. Some of the other stuff require high-end stuff, but that's about it.
I think clerics and wizards are the 2 highest costing classes, because all of like the resurrection spells are stupidly expensive, but for good reason.
Yeah.
That, like, most of the wizard spells don't require a lot to cast, but they require a lot to actually put into the book.
That also assumes that your cleric wants to heal you to resurrect you, and isn't Kothar.
Kothar, please do not give me another bot.
Kothar, please.
Alright, so you have the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she says that'll help. Do you
So I go find everyone else.
Alright. What is everyone else doing, or what is everyone else's plan?
Siggy is just now getting out of, or stepping out of her cottage.
Okay.
We have these things for the fruit and vegetables, right, from Peggy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fruits and vegetables. Fruit salad? Sure, fruit salad. For
Perfect.
breakfast.
Why not?
Yeah.
Nice meal. Why not?
Also, I cast Mage Armor.
Okay.
I spend the first 30 minutes fishing for fish.
Okay. So Kothar is fishing while everyone else is getting everything else done. Alright. Unless anyone has any major things, we'll eat breakfast and continue.
Nah, I think we're good. Or Siggy's good.
Yep.
When someone wears a magical item, they know what it does automatically, right? After an hour.
I think you have to spend a short rest actually studying it.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Since you have a
Not know
spell.
what the fuck this eye does.
Alright. On that basis then, so it'll be studying, so I'll have to remember that for that. Okay. Are you all heading to the troll today, or are you heading out on the boat, or what's the plan for today?
I think we should get the next troll done.
Okay.
Or at least find it.
I think finding it would be better, because we're kind of,
Down tank.
Yeah.
We're NPCing the tank.
We are in character, assuming the tank is there. Out of character, the tank is probably not going to be very useful.
So
We could find the troll and try to get it to attack the other troll for us. And
Yeah,
then
something like that.
shoot it afterwards.
I will deceive my heart out.
So, what I'm gonna gather from this is then we're gonna try and talk the troll down. Failing that, that is probably where we'll wrap up session and the fight will commence next week.
Failing that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because we're getting pretty close to, 40 minutes away, but still.
Mm-hmm.
It's close enough.
Exactly, yeah. Which one in particular are you looking for?
So the furthest one is the necromantic one.
Right.
And we don't know what the other one is.
Mm-hmm. She just said it was fat.
Big bitch.
Oh, fat. Oh, let's go for the fatso. Let's go for the glutton.
Should I make food for him? Would that help for negotiation?
Yeah.
Possibly.
Here's some fish.
Wait, no. Here, we'll just pack up the leftover stew.
Yeah. Kothar, do you want to roll me a d10, see how many fish you got?
Ha.
Nice.
I have potatoes, we can have fish and chips. We can have fish and chips.
Ooh. Yes, let's do that.
Wait, how am I? What am I frying the chips in?
The blood of your
I have
enemies.
a bonfire. I can create
Yes, but
bonfire.
where's the oil? Fish
Just-
oil? Can you fry it in fish oil?
Just stab yourself.
Oh yeah. Maybe it's the right kind of oil to put on fire, but yeah.
So, Kothar can put a bonfire down, you stab yourself to fill the pan up with oil, and you can cook the fish in it.
It's
Wait.
only slightly toxic.
Do you-
Unless I literally have cooking oil in me. Fucking palm oil, I'm full of.
like,
I am
What
cooking
kid-
oil.
what kits do you have? Do you have like a cook's kit or something?
Since we're still in town.
Cook's
Knock,
utensils.
knock, knock. Old Peggy!
Sorry, what were you saying, Covert?
Cook's utensils.
I'm not actually doing it, by the way.
I don't know if utensils would have it.
I don't think so. I
Probably
think
not.
it is literally utensils, like it's, you know, like spoons, all that jazz. Let me just.
Do we have any flour left over from the from making the pie crust?
I would say so,
Oh.
yeah.
We have a breading.
It doesn't say. It just says it's under arts and tools, under the actual player's handbook.
It's up to
It
the
doesn't
DM.
tell you what exactly is in.
It's utensils again, so I doubt it's gonna have actual things to cook with, because, I mean, by definition, at least I think so.
Yeah, and I would say that during the 10 years American Wild West, they'd have an entire cart full of spices and cooking oils and stuff. I don't think you have room for an entire cart in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you're probably right.
Well, for now, no fish and chips, but you never know.
One day.
Fish and cooked potatoes. Slices. However that would taste or turn out. Would it be like a baked...
I mean,
well, it would be like a
it
baked
could-
potato and it's just mashed potato then, isn't it?
Not really, though, because if you leave the skin on, they're like dippers, aren't they? Which is essentially chips.
How do you leave the skin on when you cut a chip?
You
You
just
can
cut
leave it on one side. But the
Yeah,
rest of
exactly.
it-
That's what dippers are, and they've got the skin on one side.
Yeah, but you still need to fry them, don't you?
No, you stick them in the oven. Oven chips.
Yeah, but those are like frozen and we obviously can't freeze these.
You don't need to freeze them. They're frozen so that they stay frozen in the shop. You can cut up a potato and put it in the oven and it'll be an oven chip. If you left the oven chips out to defrost, they're still going to be chips if you cook them. They have a weird taste because they've defrosted and they've got water all in them, but if you just slice the potatoes up, you don't have to fry them. You can roast them.
What is this conversation?
I mean, they'll not be obviously properly fried chips, but they'll be a close second. They'll be chips without oil second. You know? Yeah. Well, these aren't even British chips though. These are improvised chips.
It's semi-American from the sounds of it.
But yeah, either way, Cobalt can either make mash or roast potatoes, or I don't know what they're gonna do. They can do something, just something.
Just cook, please.
It'll be nice, whatever it is, because Covert hasn't failed yet. So whatever the combination is, it'll be great.
Why would you say something like that? Why would you do that, Slayer?
Also, boiled potatoes and boiled fish is not that bad. Which is something
Not wrong.
Covert could do. Alright, anyway, I believe we are moving on.
Yes.
Alright. I would say you just, walking along the path, you can distinctly see tracks. It's quite obvious.
Oh.
Of
We're not
a
on that page.
large creature. Huh?
We're not on that page.
Yeah, I know.
Big bitch.
Do you follow the tracks or not?
Consult the others. Are we following these tracks? Are we ready to take this motherfucker head on? What?
I think the party's died.
Oh no! It's just me and Slayer. I have to go kill the troll on my own.
Perfect. I will watch this. But it's...
Oh, no. So you're just gonna go back to town and be like, oh yeah, the whole party died on the way there. I don't know what happened. They just like keeled over.
So we lost 2 of them?
Wait, what?
There were some big tracks, and Siggy asked the party, so, are we going after it? Are we ready to take this motherfucker head on? And then no one answered me. So Siggy has to go fight this thing on her own.
Kothar is the usual fireball distance away.
Mm-hmm.
I am, up front.
Oh, God.
Covert, are you at the back? Are you up with Taslov or?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
Yeah,
behind Covert and
Yeah.
Tasslehoff, I guess.
Yeah, to what?
Yeah, which one? Sorry.
Last one.
So you're up with Taslov speaking.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Give me a minute to change maps and do something. Move you over here. So yeah, as you follow the tracks, you will see this in the middle of the
Gross.
pathway. Let me pull you one in the order you. So Kothar will be way back here. Like, oh, I'm on the wrong layer.
Kothar uses it to the side 20 feet. Or
Right.
I guess 25 feet, technically.
Put everyone else on. Where's everybody else? There. think that is everybody on, right? Yeah. If you want to shift yourself around a little bit because I put you in the wrong place, then do so. Yeah, as you approach, you see this.
One nasty motherfucker.
Am I able to tell if this is a male or a female troll?
Make me a nature check.
Does this troll have a wiener? I'm sorry.
11.
You're not entirely sure. You can't really tell. But if you intend to speak to it, I'm sure you will discover.
Okay.
It looks at you and says something that nobody understands.
Oh boy.
I am sorry. I will step up. I am sorry, Your Great Trolliness. We sadly do not understand what you are saying.
Actually, give me 2 seconds. Let me check something because I don't know if this one may. Where's my thingy? Where's my thingy?
Okay, while you're finding that out, what's going through Kothar's mind is, this isn't a troll. This is something like the last time we fought, which is totally an actual troll. What are you doing here?
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Yeah, what's
something's
you're trying to find
right.
this?
This is what you could find out if you looked in Kothar's journal. If they knew how to write.
Mm-hmm.
If Kothar knew how to write. So he's gonna teach gonna have to teach Kothar how to write.
That is literally the name of my journal in the Google Docs, is Kothar's journal if Kothar could write.
Alright, so as Taslov says this, he just laughs and kind of starts punching one hand into the other, which is a universal signal he's going to beat the shit out of you.
Oh boy.
He hasn't made any approaches to do so yet, but it looks like that's the way he's leaning since he found
Okay.
he found it amusing that you couldn't understand him.
Well, seeing as he does understand me, apparently. I mean no disrespect, old trolliness, or your greatness. But we have ill news that your brethren, he who glows blue, has fallen. There wasn't much left of the battlefield. But all the plants had withered, and there were pools of what could only be thought of goblin goo was left.
Goblin goo, really?
Roll me deception.
29.
Okay. He lets out a loud shriek and slams his fist into the ground, causing kind of the ground to crack here in front of him.
Hope it tosses off.
I'm going to roll something else as well.
Oh god.
Okay.
Is he looking for me?
No, he was looking to see if he could notice anyone's weapons, which I'm assuming you all have stowed away at the moment.
Yes.
Yep.
He starts to walk over here, as if going somewhere.
Kothar with his back against the tree in a sitting position, just waves as he goes by.
Oh God.
I will shout out. It seemed like the decay was headed in this direction before heading further north.
He looks at you confused, as if he didn't understand the last word you said.
Further that way, and I'll point further into the mountains.
He kind of gives out like a frustrated shriek, and then he shouts something out again, not understood by any of you, and he will. Kothar, next to you, you kind of hear a movement after he shrieks, and a goblin kind of runs out of behind the tree that you're stood next to.
Oh no.
My wave goes from the troll to the goblin, just like 90-degree wave.
I roll to see if I recognize this goblin.
Sure. Roll me history.
Come on. Freaking come up, stupid ass. Okay, there we go. Nope.
It's a
I don't know
goblin.
who the fuck this is. It's a goblin.
They all.
It's a goblin.
Once again, it's just a goblin.
They all look the same to you. You have no clue how to tell them apart.
Siggy. Siggy.
Oh, I mean, I didn't know he was gonna make me do a history check.
Natural
I made a good perception check. But
He's still
no.
rolling natural one.
And he will step up and goes, my great master asked me to translate. There seems to be some confusion.
Yes, what are they not understanding?
You mentioned that something killed his brother.
Mm-hmm.
And,
the tissue of its body was blackened and rotting.
he will pass this back to the troll.
You first mentioned goblin ooze, and then you had mentioned the other thing.
He will look, and the goblin responds with, he doesn't know anything that is blackened and decaying.
We have only heard of rumors of the third troll. One that is supposedly undead but still living. Or one that is dead but still living.
Again, the goblin will pass the message back, and he will respond with, my master says yes, that is his brother. What about him?
Everything that we have encountered seems to be his order. We do not know much. We are simply messengers. We were told by a witch out in the forest to come speak with you, with him, so that it is not, so the blame is not pushed onto us, and that he is aware of his siblings' transgressions.
It looks like the goblin gets about maybe a quarter of the way through that sentence, so you could probably make me an insight roll, actually. Yeah,
15.
okay. You would guess at the point of the mention of witch, when he gets to that part in the sentence, he will push Kova out of the way and grab Tasselhoff with one hand around his throat and pick him up. The goblin then replies with, You mention the witch. You work for her. We intend to take her down, and if you are on her side, you are also to be taken down.
Little witch, green skin, black hair, warty face.
Oh my god.
We know of the hag in the village. We are working to remove her.
Siggy kind of raises her eyebrows at Tasselhoff and then looks around, but doesn't disagree.
Once you mention that you could potentially be against her, and the goblin relays that, he will put you back down.
We are travelers from very far away. We came to that town and it was disturbed. We found that the old witch there has been corrupting the children. But that is not the point. The point is a green-skinned woman with long black hair and a warty face out in the forest told us about your kin and what was left of the other.
Once again, after this message is relayed, Tasselhoff gets picked up by the throat, and this time the goblin relays, "How dare you speak of my wife in such a manner?"
Oh
She is the most beautiful person I've ever.
Siggy's standing here with long dark hair and green skin, like, what's wrong with green-skinned people?
Because if you take a look at his picture, you can imagine that the female version of him looks pretty much the same.
She was more human than troll.
He will put you back down, and the goblin says, he's had enough of talking, and he's hungry. What's to stop him eating you?
Shit.
Covert has 5 fish.
Well, we actually thought about that, and we have brought an offering of probably the best food you would ever taste.
Let me just do something for Kothar a minute to see.
I got natural 1. I fail.
If they have a natural 1, will you still see them? Let me see. What have they got?
Oh, yeah, then it depends on modifier. If they roll a natural 1.
Right. So that would be, they have they can't. Yeah, you won't be able to. They've got a +6 to stealth, so they immediately get 7 regardless.
Yeah, so we would tie, and they're defending. So, yep, okay.
The goblin says he will accept. He will judge your offering of food. If it is good enough, you will keep your lives. And he motions to the campfire.
Covert, if you would, please
Okay.
keep up the meal and serve it to the mightiest of mighty before us.
I like fish and chips. Let's go.
Fish and chips and leftover stew.
Alright. Make me that.
Hasselhoff can talk his way out of things.
He can also talk his way into things.
How good things.
Oh god, no!
No.
Can someone be helping me?
I would.
He rushes over to help.
Go ahead and... go ahead, sorry.
I mean, Kothar is waving, and also, unless you were before, I don't
I'm
know.
so inspired by a waving.
Kothar just waving, and then waves. No, I read if I ever roll. Waves this other tree over here, just because I imagine there's nothing in there.
Which one, sorry?
The one where Laura's clicking on.
Okay.
Just
No,
over
I
around.
was just checking in case you were actually waving to one, because they would be a little bit surprised as how you saw them. But unfortunately, that is a no.
Yeah, just waving to that one, and then just continues, and then eventually gets tired of waving,
Okay.
and then just lays back down and eats their raw fish.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yes. So you can roll a second one, covert.
Oh, come on!
Oh.
I've
So
never
7?
made tips before.
7 for reheating the food.
And 6 because for the serving of it.
I should have pinned it a minute ago. I just had it a minute ago and it's gone now. I had just the DC, so I didn't have to scroll through the PDF. Ah, there it is. I got it. Oh. Oh, now this could be interesting, actually.
Like, you have to scale it and everything, or descale it, so...
Hang on, let me see this
a lot
a
of
minute.
work goes into cutting fish up.
That's the wrong
Wait, it's a
troll.
venom troll. It might, the screw up might actually work in our favor.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah.
Hey,
Okay,
In
so
honesty, it's still probably the best food he's ever had.
so
Fair.
do any of you eat this?
No.
Obviously, no.
No, it is an offering.
Kothar has its own fresh fish.
Okay.
I already said it was eating fresh fish before.
He will eat it, and then he just looks around at you all, and takes the pot and walks over here and sits down and just starts drinking it, as if it's a beverage to all of you.
Well, I guess he likes your food, Covert. As he should. It's amazing.
Covert, from you would know that if any of your fellow party members ate that, they'd be suffering with some serious stomach issues.
Most likely. Well, I
Um,
mean, we still have the garlic immunity. It hasn't been 24 hours yet.
True. But yeah, they'd have been
So-
definitely poisoned.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he just tosses the pot to one side, and the goblin at the front says, leave. He's going to sleep.
I guess let's leave.
Yeah, let's get out of here. We just wanted to let him know and offer him some good food.
So the reason I did that was because that poison works with him. So to him,
Yeah.
that would be nice.
I guess
Yep.
he really doesn't want to die right now.
And I think on that note is where we shall call it a night for now. Seems like a good
Yeah.
stopping point.
Let's hope that our tank is here next week, and if not, someone might have to shadow him.
Mm-hmm. As far as I know, Bounty had internet issues, and then he also had he messaged me saying he had problems with his ear, and it was giving him a lot of pain. So
Oh, I hope he's okay.
yeah, and
Yeah, me too.
I told him that trying to roleplay with a earache is not the easiest or the most
Yeah,
fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So he said to apologise to you all, but yeah. But yeah, that's so you do have that bit of information now, because Covert, you would have known that was probably would have poisoned the rest of your party, and he just seemed to eat it with, in fact, enjoy it.
Yep.
Before we leave, I'm gonna run over, just pick up the pot, and just scuttle away.
The goblin looks as if you were and then mutters something, and then shouts after you. He says you're lucky that he can't be bothered to move right now.
Yeah.
We need this to make him more.
At this, the troll himself gives you a thumbs up.
Well, see you next time. Your greatness.
I wave again.
Okay.
Just book it. I'm out of here.
This time also the troll will wave back at Kothar, seeing him there. Waving.
We just made friends with the troll. How are we gonna kill him?
Kothar
You
doesn't
don't
care.
have a family now.
Yeah, he's like part of the family.
If we can convince old Peggy
Wait.
that he's not a threat, maybe we don't have to.
Mm.
Wait, can we do a little bit more roleplay, like outside when we leave here between Siggy and the others? Since Tasselhoff mentioned the hag and Siggy didn't know anything about the hag.
I'm gonna say if you guys want to do that, because I'm gonna wrap it up because it's also getting late for me on sockets. But feel free to do that in the out session chat.
Okay.
And I can keep an eye on it there as well.
I have to pass out, so I
Right.
won't be able to respond.
That's what I thought. But yeah, Siggy, if you put it in the out of session chat, and then Tasselhoff or Draken can answer when they're available, and you
Okay.
can play that out before next week if you both want to, or whoever wants to. In fact, that's what it's there for. Please feel free to use it. But thank you for being here tonight. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
It was great. I've never been so scared for Siggy's life ever. Tasselhoff, please don't incite the hag. And now it's like, oh god, the troll's gonna kill him. The troll's gonna snap Tasselhoff with a Kit Kat bar.
I talk my way in, but I always talk my way out.
Dude, this is why Siggy doesn't.
I mean, he fell enough
talk to people.
he fell enough intelligence, and it might not have actually mattered how well you rolled if you didn't care.
Mm,
If someone doesn't care, it doesn't matter if you roll nat 20 or not.
right.
That's fair.
But yeah, between a combination of I would say he's still a little bit upset with Tasselhoff because he believes that was a direct insult to his wife.
Siggy's pretty offended too. What's wrong with green-skinned people with black hair?
Because you didn't really specify human shaped, he just took it as warts, black hair.
No, I did
Green.
say human shape while he was choking me.
Well, it's big human shaped.
Well,
Yeah, but
Yeah, while he was choking me, I was like, and he was humanoid.
well, I'm gonna say first of all, I didn't hear that, unfortunately, sorry. So I'm gonna say he was too focused on choking you out about his wife that he didn't hear it either.
Oh, okay.
Siggy was slightly offended. What's wrong with green-skinned
He did
people?
take the correction though afterwards, because you did correct him afterwards, and he put you back down. But he's still mildly insulted that you were, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you cooked him good
Well-
food, so you kind of evened it out.
Yeah, I'm really the whole point of this was to sow the seed of doubt of his family.
Unfortunately, I can confirm that has not been sown.
Fuck.
too low, bro.
It was going to be a very difficult one because it was either going to end up as, yes, and we're brothers, we always fight anyway, and the strongest one will come out on top. Or, I just don't believe you, we're brothers, that wouldn't happen. So to try and get them to turn was a tough one.
Then I'm happy I saved the tongue scroll.
Yeah. I kept that because I didn't expect you to ask for a scroll of Peggy, so I obviously already had the goblins in place to translate for you if needed. So yeah, I left it open for a little bit for you to decide whether you wanted to use it. I saw that you weren't going to, so I was like, all right, he would call a goblin so that he can construe himself across. Might not be the case with all of them though.
Yeah, we're probably just gonna have to throw Ganondorn at it head first.
Yeet!
As if Ganondorn would complain.
Wait, hang on a second. I just thought about something. Could we polymorph Ganondorn into a mouse and I catapult him at the troll?
I will say yes, but Ganondorn himself would take damage too.
I think he's fine with that, but I can't polymorph. That's a 5th level spell.
Is it
And
fourth
then he
level?
turns back into his normal self, and there we go.
And crushes them at the same time.
That's the point.
So he'll
Amazing.
slap the mouse in the face. The mouse will take enough damage to morph back, and then they'll just be crushed under an elephant.
Jeez. What is happening here?
I have a knack for breaking our DM.
Obviously. I'll be back.
I say that you all have a knack of me going, wait, what? You're doing what?
I have never done that.
Yes, you have.
Have never done.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
You made me invent a post office.
Oh right. that was one time. That was one time.
I didn't say how many times.
I'm just gonna put this in Sunday only. Here's today's notes.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh
That's
yeah.
COVID.
yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah, mine are
Introduced
in the
them.
out of character chat. They're pinned in the out of session chat.
Wait, what? Outer session chat?
Ah.
Um,
Alright. I'll be back.
Oh, they're pinned out. Nice, thank you.
Yeah, okay, nice.
should I put my notes in there instead?
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. And I can.
Okay.
I'll pin them there as well. Then, so I've got both of them sat there. Then. That'll
Oh,
work
here
for me.
I'll just do this then. That's a weird way that it decided to load them.
Yeah, I'll sort that out and I'll drop them over there and pin them. Thank you.
Yep.
On that note, I will wrap up stream. I will see you all. Some of you Tuesday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Monday for me.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll see some of you
48
tomorrow
hours.
and
Yes.
Tuesday. And then
Wait, what's happening Tuesday?
me Knox and
Starts with that
Sockets. Yeah, starts with that numbers game.
Oh,
But yeah, I'll see some of you Monday, some of you Tuesday, and some of you next week.
okay.
And I shall.
Good night, everyone. I'm gonna go pass out now.
All right.
Yeah, me
good night.
too.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna mute in a minute and wrap up stream. Alright, thank you all for being here. I appreciate you being here. We'll be back tomorrow with some more D&D with the Monday group, and we will go and raid Jay because he's currently streaming, I believe. Let me double check that he hasn't finished while I was waiting there, just wrapping up the session. He hasn't. Perfect. Okay. Thank you for doing that, Nox. I forgot to put the message. Yeah, perfect. That is the Wade message. Go and drop it in Jay's chat. Go say hi to him from me, and I will see you all tomorrow.
Me? I got a flashlight.